Show starts in 3 minutes. And now, on with the show.
TOS, today on stream.
The Twitch News Guy.
News on what the fuck's going on in our sphere.
The source for streamer Twitch information.
Your go-to person for Twitch news.
He does Twitch news.
All of the Twitch news, anything that has to do with like streaming.
The best news on Twitch, you can get it from Zach's stream.
Fantastic informational streams about everything and anything Twitch.
The go-to for everything Twitch.
And he literally actually cares about the Twitch community.
I like to call him the Adrian Wojnarowski of Twitch.
The best Twitch news on Twitch. You're that guy that knows everything about Twitch.
You guys want to know what's going on with Twitch and what's coming on in the future, stuff like this. That's the man you want to follow, and that's the man you want to watch.
Best place to get Twitch news, period.
The Twitch News Extraordinaire.
Zach Bussey, best Twitch journalist to ever do it.
Indeed.
It's funny, I get most of my Twitch news from Zach.
I mean, if you ask me, he's more attractive than Devin Nash or that Slosher guy.
Oh, it's Zach Bussey.
Zach Bussey.
Zach Bussey.
Bussey. Bussey. Bussey. Bussey. Bussey.
Oh, man.
Broadcasting live around the world from the TOS.GG studio, please welcome the host of Today on Stream, Zach Bussey.
Hello everybody, welcome to the show. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are doing well. It's been a while since I streamed. It feels completely out of sorts, but busy week last week. Lots of things are going on, and as such, here I am today. But hi everybody, welcome. Guys, we have a great show planned today. That's why I'm live a little bit earlier, because we're going to do a little bit more than we usually do. Maybe. Or maybe not. I have no idea. We'll figure that out. We usually get about the same, regardless if it's a 4-hour stream or a 2-hour stream. We usually get about the same amount done each time. We are going to watch a podcast featuring one of the Twitch executives talking about how they capture attention. We have this paid post with the New York Times. We have to take a look at whether or not the Twitch YouTube live streaming wars are in fact over. Big streamers returning. Most influential list of 2024. TwitchCon coming up. We got a story about that. And r/Twitch. A very packed schedule of things that we will get to almost none of. But hi, everybody. Welcome in. How are you? Nice to see you. Long time no see for many of you. And for me as well, because I streamed without camera on the alt for a couple times. Hi, Dimitri. Hi, Sputnik.
Hello, Zach.
Hi, Obama.
I don't need you to say hello back to me.
Okay.
I noticed you weren't streaming for a week. I hope you are okay. I didn't need you to answer.
I'm not saying anything.
I just wanted to say, please do not do that again. Michelle loves this stream and got mad when you weren't on. And if she's upset, I'll probably have to try and use my ex-presidential clearance to nuke Canada.
Well, okay, that's fair.
And neither of us want that.
No,
Don't
that's
give me
true.
any sass anyway. God bless chat. And God bless the United States of America.
Well, thank you, Obama. Thank you, Obama. I appreciate it. Hi, Sputnik. Hi, Reg. Hi, Storm Chaser. Hi, Illusion. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Bridge Boy. Hi, Cohen. You're early, not watching this until in an hour. That sounds about right. Hi, Salty. Hi, Underground Rescue Channel. I didn't realize TOS meant today on stream. In fact, it does. You know what's funny? You say that, Sage. Hey, let me switch over to the main so you can take a look at what I'm looking at because I'm way behind in chat. The interesting thing about today on stream is that TOS.GG is today off stream, but nobody knows that. Nobody knows that, and nobody cares. And so I think I'm going to be pulling a CNN rebrand, which if you don't know, CNN stands for the Cable News Network, but everybody just calls it CNN. And I think I'm going to do that with TOS.GG. I think I'm going to remove all of the today off-stream references and just go with TOS. I know it says it right there. But I just don't think that people inherently go, oh, right, that's today off stream. I think people, even from like a brand perspective, TOS.GG is just better too. So anyways, yeah, that's that. Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Hi, Hype Train. By the way, if you don't already know, Stream Elements is very, very far behind in terms of they have some sort of lag thing happening right now. I noticed it on a couple other streams. So any kind of alerts are probably going to be delayed. So, but I can confirm here, Legit Black Chick, thank you so much for the 12-month resub via Prime. And Ellie, thank you very much for the 6-month resub. Took advantage of that 30% off deal. Smart. I like it. And being here for 24 months. Yeah. Thank you. Glasses guy. Hi, Danny. Hi, Singletary. Hi, Jaina. How are you? Miss all the alt stream and no VODs? Correct. There are no VODs there. Hi, Slapshot Tech. Welcome in. Falcor, welcome. There's at least, there was one last week too, and no VOD. True, Blue Magus. That is true. Hi, Desert Dice. Hi, Darthroni. Hi, Arius. Yeah, I know exactly what you're doing that for. 2 years, what the hell have I been doing with my life? I mean, you got to ask yourself that. I can't answer that for you. Stinky Reband. Hey, I know that, but I don't care hugely, though. Yep, that sounds about right. Zach becoming tosser. Okay. A Twix rebrand? Wait, what's a Twix rebrand? What does that mean? I like that it can mean off stream or on stream, depending on the context. Yes, this stream is today on stream, and then the newsletter is today off stream. So it still means that. I just don't think that I need to tell people that. I don't think that it matters. I don't think that it inherently improves or diminishes the overall messaging to know. Yeah, there you go. It's pretty late.
Happy 1 year.
There we go. There we go. So what is that, 7 minutes behind? Everyone in chat, let's us gather at TwitchCon and give Zach FOMO. Yes, you can do that. Pretty sure most people think it means terms of service. Zach scans the docs you don't want to read. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that works as well. The long history of TOS, I think of it as all encompassing TOS.GG or just TOS. Yes, I agree. The long history of TOS is that was a meme on Twitch, or it continues to be a meme on Twitch of things that are TOS related. And we were just literally on a stream in, I want to say 2021, maybe 2020. We're just like, what could today, or we're just trying to come up with other words to describe the acronym of TOS. And today on stream
Zach,
came about.
Welcome back to the stream. The Jedi Order has missed you deeply in your
Hi,
time
Pearl.
away.
Thank you.
We've been monitoring many threats. We suspect Salty Wyvern
You're
could
all
be a Sith
streaming
Lord.
no fun.
Please keep an eye on him. We think his apprentice could either be Orius or P5 Supreme Chancellor Slashy. However, we do not suspect, and we fully support the Senate giving her supreme power. We also noticed that Newt Clancy and the Guest Star Federation have knocked the door of the planet Naboo. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. It wasn't an intended break, by the way. Hi, Rapid Show. Nobody remembers that, and it doesn't matter. I call leader. Left Twix or right Twix? Oh, that's what you mean. Thank you, Bridge Boy. Did it jump? I feel like it jumped. Hi, T-Can. Hi, Mama Burger.
Execute Order 66.
Hi, Cheesy Potato. I would meet you too, Darthroni. Oh, that's what I saw. Twitch reportedly hit with more layoffs. Is this? Yeah, okay. I was going to say, like, this isn't new. Today off streams. According to Day Off Streams, Zach Bussey. See, but that's even bad. That's bad. It should just say tos.gg's Zach Bussey. And then I get a sneaky link in there. And they don't even realize that the trickery that they have been tricked into. See? That's how it works. That's how it works. Wextext. Damn, Wextext. Thanks so much for the 85 stream streak. They won't link it. No, I get that. I know that they're not going to link it, but it doesn't matter if there is a typed out tos.gg there. See, it's sneaky. It's sneaky and deceptive, and that's how we're going to get the media. Just like Dr. Disrespect playing 7D chess with teenagers. Except we're just trying to trick the media into actually getting marketing, and he's trying to trick the media into thinking that everybody thinks he's a pedophile. I don't know. I don't know how that works for him. Time to change your Twitter to tos.gg. Kind of like t3.gg. I'm going to write it as tos.gg. Yeah, you can do that. But do you own todayonstream.gg and todayoffstream.gg? And they both redirect to tos.gg. No, don't have either of those. That's also late. How late was that? 6 minutes. All right, it's catching up. It's catching up. Did he win? You're not getting a ref. What's a ref back? What does a ref back mean? What are you talking about? What is all this? Brad Rader? Rader, the name of the Twix chocolate bar in several European countries until the 1990s. I think it's called it's a different thing. It's like an Astro bar. Canada. No. Definitely not that. But we have a version of a Twix bar up here that's like half the price of an actual Twix. Twix is an overrated candy bar, by the way. No, we also have Twix. Did you just compare yourself to Dr. Disrespect? Only in the marketing trickery of trying to get the media. That's the only direct way. Making an animated emote, a little Zach facing away from us at the PC, typing to us at GG in your browser. Well, that's all right. That's all right. What is that thing called now? Meteor bar? No. That's a... Oh, yeah, here they are. Which one is it? One of these. That's the Kit Kat. That's a... That's Mars bar. That's a Snickers. And that one is that coconut one that nobody likes. That for some reason people still have it there. What's the Lupo, though? Lupo? I don't even know what that one is. Bounty! Yeah, Bounty. Which is a better paper towel than it is a chocolate bar. Neither are Dr. Lupo, yeah. Meteor versus... Oh, well, here you go. Meteor on the left, Mars on the right. Yeah, it's the same bar. You just get a little bit less of the caramel stuff. Island bar versus Bounty. Yeah, okay, so it's just smaller. It's just half as much. That's why it's half the price. Yeah, Bounty paper towels. Yeah. Hi, First Necron. Is that for the French Canadians why the rebrand is needed? I don't know. I have no idea. Hey, these ones look the same. Wait a second. You actually get more chocolate here. Titan versus Snickers. Yeah, this has a different thing happening in it. Plus, this one has the Dick Ridge. Way better than this one. Three Musketeers. I don't even know what a Three Musketeers is. I've never had a Three Musketeers in my life. D-Parts, thank you very much for the 41-month resub. God damn it. Shrinkflation hit Canadian first. Canada ahead of the game on shrinkflation. Yeah, but these are alt chocolate bars. These are alternate. Do you have Reese's in Canada? We do. We do have Reese in Canada. Reese's cups. Yeah, what's going on here? What does Lupo have? I've never even seen this. Duoletta versus Bueno. Oh, there's more? Okay, I've never had either of these, so I don't know what they're like. Oh, that one just looks terrible, though. Duoletta looks garbage compared to the creaminess of a Bueno. There it is. That wasn't that far behind. It's only 2 minutes behind now. All right. Well, there you go. Hi, Lala. Welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for the follow. Canada also has an actual Kinder Eggs. We do actually have Kinder Eggs, real ones. Hi, Angelus. Bounty the Quicker Picker Upper. Yeah. Bounty the Quicker Picker Upper. Bounty. Not an ad. I mean, that is an ad, but I'm not being paid to say it. Bueno or goated? I've never had them. I've never had them before. All right. Canada also has actual Kinder Eggs, but not good. I can't believe Canada would let their children suffocate. Yeah, we think it's for the best in cases where that happens. If your child suffocates because of a Kinder Egg, it's for the best. That's why no children here suffocate from it, because we're all educated and not to joke on it. Americans, they don't get that education. They go, hey, look at that toy. And then the parents go, yeah, you can eat that. That's a toy. You can eat that. And then the children suffocate and then they die. But that's an American thing. That's freedom. That's what freedom does. Hi, I'm on good. I consider smuggling Kinder Eggs across the border when I visited Toronto. You should. Someone should send Zach some Kinder stuff he's never had. I could probably buy it myself. It's not, I just don't know I know of Kinder Surprise eggs. And I have, because I literally have them in my fridge. I'm just remembering right now. Kinder chocolate bars. These things. Whatever this is. I have this. It's not Bueno. It's this. Milk chocolate with a milky filling. Yeah, I got those in my fridge. I don't like them. That's why they're in my fridge. Because I don't like them. You like the chocolate in the fridge? Interesting. Yeah, it's because I don't want them to go bad and just get a chocolate bloom on the external side of it. So then if ever someday in the future I have somebody who comes over to my house, which doesn't happen, but if it does happen, I'll be like, hey, do you want some chocolate? And I'll put out some Kinder chocolate. And they're like, ooh, Kinder chocolate. I'm like, yeah, they're delicious. And I'll just make sure that there is no expiration date shown on them. Americans care more about freedom than children surviving childhood. Kinder Bueno slaps. We also have Kinder Choco Bonds. Hi, Favela. How are you? Welcome in. Nice to have you here. Hi, Purple Blur. Ouch. Blooms are not that bad to eat. No, I know. Chocolate bloom is fine. I've obviously watched Steve 1983 MRE info eat chocolate that's like 100 years old, and it just has a little bit of bloom on it. You wipe it off, and it's good to go. All right. I'm allergic to chocolate. Well, Lala, I would recommend not eating chocolate. That's probably not a wise idea to do. Yeah. I don't know if I should trust botulism Steve. Has he ever had botulism? Has Steve MRE, 1987 MRE info, 1989 MRE info, ever had botulism? Can I not type an O? Botulism. There we go. Nope. No stories on it, so it couldn't have happened. That's how that works. Good advice. I'm full of good advice. See, this is why streamers come to this show to watch this, to get streamer advice like, hey, if you're allergic to chocolate, don't eat chocolate. We'll still get people in the comments going, well, actually, I can eat chocolate, just not a lot of it. Hi, Storm Chasing. Welcome in. How are you? I watched my cousin eat the bloom off of chocolate as a kid, and it kind of fucked me up. Like they just that's all that they ate was the chocolate bloom. If you guys don't know what chocolate bloom is, by the way, it's where the exterior of a chocolate bar oxidizes and it turns white. This is right here. This is what chocolate bloom is. It's fine. It doesn't, it somewhat ruins the consistency of the chocolate, but it's not actually a problem generally. She scraped the white coating off and told me it was fine. Yeah, okay, all right. That sounds about right. Anyways, we got this podcast to watch, and it's 42 minutes long. Oh, no. And it's how Twitch captures the attention of over 140 million monthly active users, which I'm very confused at Twitch's marketing, because I don't think that they necessarily have everything all aligned. What do you have here for me, Salty? What did you link me here? Yes, I've had food poisoning. The worst was in 2015 when I got E. coli poisoning from an in-date beef and barley ration from Ukraine. I was admitted to the emergency room for 4 hours. I had no insurance, so it was $15,000. I don't talk about it much because I don't want to make Ukrainian people upset. It's not their fault. There was a lot of problems with that batch, but they've changed the design since then.
Follower.
I haven't got sick since I started on YouTube, and I've eaten some really old stuff like 61-year-old peanut butter and even Civil War hardtack. It's a thick, hard cracker made from flour and water. I bought a piece from a dealer who had a batch from 1863. I don't ever open anything unless I have a duplicate. It was like extremely hard rubber and tasted like musty books and mothballs. Hardtack was not palatable, not filling, but rations have come a long way. I've never read this interview before. 2017. Huh. Look at that. You could put that on a poster on your wall and be like, that is our Lord. That was Jesus in 1989, eating the first meal. So, there's the delayed follow alert, by the way. My dog died from heart troubles. I'm sorry to hear that, Storm Chaser. Sorry to hear that. Ukrainian rations, yep. Tech, you need a More You Know overlay redeem. I think that probably exists on... Does it exist on Tangia? There's probably a version of that there. / Zach Bussey. Well, what have I done? Why didn't that work? No, there isn't. Well, all right. So we learned. Don't lie to us, Zach. We all know that was you. Wait, what was me? What was me? Okay, let's watch this. Let's watch this. It's only got 387 views. See, this is my forever concern with creating Twitch-based content. There's just no market for it. No offense, because there's obviously a market for it. You guys are here hanging out and chatting, but God, nobody cares. 387 views. Oh God. Product School, 132,000 subscribers, and nobody wanted to watch. It is a niche market.
The more you around, the more you're gonna find out.
That's right. Exactly. Okay, they don't want to watch any of this stuff. Never mind. I take it all back. Gainsight, Wise Principle, Disrupting Jira, ex-Amazon head of PM, 389. All right, well, anyways, I'm interested in this, so I am going to watch it. You're very niche, Zach. It is true, Zartho. It is very true. We're never getting through this, but at least we're here together. Exactly. That's exactly it. It's not the destination of finishing the video. It's the blurps that we had along the way. Should have picked a better platform like Amazon chatbots.
What's the evolution up until today?
The core of the product has always roughly remained the same, which is being the best place for creators to monetize live streams. I think one of the biggest things that I've worked on my time at Twitch was we replaced...
Why is the audio bad? Why is the audio bad?
all of the popularity-based discovery mechanisms with recommended-based sorting orders.
So let's talk about some of those indicators that tell you that a user is enjoying certain content, so that type of content can be prioritized on
You should move to a better streaming site. I'm on YouTube at the same time. Hello, YouTube chat. Oh, there's 6 people over watching on YouTube right now. Hell yeah. That's a new record. Like Chatterbait. I mean, I could do that. They have a pretty good platform for it, and they have built-in monetization. But I think that the platform actually takes less money. I remember I did the math on this. Why have you done this? Why does every single comment just set me off on a search? From Zach Bussey, Chatterbait. Yeah. Chatterbait. Technically a better split than Twitch. Based on subs, anyways. This is how much the platform takes. So if you only purchase 100 Chatterbait tokens, then the platform takes 54%. So that's not good. But if you spend any more than $40, then it gets to be a better split overall. All the way up to 37% going to the platform. That means 63% going to the creators. There you go. My Free Cams, similar split as well. Which I don't understand that. I still don't understand it. When did I post this? 2022. How can these platforms operate streaming services that I'm pretty sure the vast majority, I don't know that necessarily that they have communities of people that they're like, oh, good to see you. Maybe they do. I have no idea. But like, there's no advertising. How do these platforms survive at better rates than Twitch does? How? Ever. Hi, Paul. I gotta move my chat over here. I'm here double dipping. Hell yeah, Crowley Bear. I have a ton of tokens on Chatterbait for reasons. Well, that's fair. Hey, good for you. Horny men spend money. I guess so. Everything is token based. Everything is token based. Yeah. My guess is individuals pay a lot more. Perhaps botanical. Yeah, you might be right. Anyways, it's just kind of one of those interesting things of, oh, wow. They managed to figure out live streaming based on sex content and still did it with a better split than Twitch has for marketable, advertising friendly-ish content. Average spend probably higher than here. Probably, yeah. Just got a notification that I can now post videos on my Twitch stories. Well, you could do that for literally 3 weeks now. Hi, Trail. Less people streaming without monetization, wasting resources. Maybe, yeah. Do they have guest star? Not yet. Not yet. I don't think that they're going to invest in a product with no future.
Video, and they watched it for at least 5 minutes of time. That for us is ultimately success.
How do you think about positioning your product in a way that allows you to maintain that type of momentum that you created?
I think the biggest positioning and differentiator for us is our focus.
Is that a pizza art?
I think the biggest.
Is that supposed to look like pizza?
Biggest positioning and differentiator for us is our focus on live streaming as our core product.
How are you thinking about Gen AI?
Moderation is one area.
Oh shit! Here we go.
AI is going to be a fantastic benefit.
What's next?
Oh no, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. It's a podcast. Why do they need all this zooming in and out? Oh, because it's exciting. It gets you into it.
For you.
My organization is really focused on growing the platform. Our focus areas for the next couple of years are really kind of 3 major spaces.
Oh shit. Put you on a cliffhanger.
This episode is brought to you by Pendo.
Skip.
That's Pendo.io. Hey, this is Carlos, CEO at Product School and your host on the Product Podcast. Today's guest is the VP of Product and Engineering at Twitch, Jeremy Forrester. Twitch is the largest live streaming platform in the world. It was acquired by Amazon in 2014 for almost $1 billion. And as of last year, it has over 140 million monthly active users, 2.5 million concurrent viewers on average, and generated over $3 billion in revenue.
Hype Train, thanks so much for the 3 stream streak.
Jeremy has risen through the ranks of the company over the last 8 years. Previously, he led products at X. During our conversation, we covered the evolution of Twitch from
Twitter. He did it at Twitter. It's not X.
Marketplace focused on gamers into all kinds of entertainers. How to structure a roadmap around themes. How content creators are innovating with AI-generated avatars and voicers. KPIs to measure the success of each part of the marketplace. How his product org is structured, and a framework for healthy escalations that facilitate decision-making. Welcome to the show, Jeremy.
Just pretend this is 50 and not 5. Fair.
Thank you very much for having me, Carlos.
This is a random fact that I need to ask you about. So you worked on Vine for Windows Phone.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Vine for Windows. Wow, okay.
Yes.
What is that?
Well, so at the time I was working at Twitter, and we just acquired the Vine product and the Vine company before they launched. And one of the things I was responsible for.
You love my Windows Phone?
Kind of porting Twitch's applications to Windows
don't
Phone.
remember
so
Windows
Phones. It was my
phones.
job to take the core Vine product, work very close with the Vine team.
Right, Skip.
To work with. Now he's responsible So
I'm sure it's a fascinating story, but I just don't
Vine
care.
was literally that pioneer into what today is the Instagram Reels or even
we saw massive growth in
Hi,
Vine.
Ryan.
It was one of the first applications.
No, he does, which is why this up's on. No, that sounds about right.
Format, creative ways.
Actually, now that I say that, I think I did have one. Samsung Omnia? Was that Windows? Yeah, it was Windows. I had that then. I don't know why that just came to me. No? Oh, okay. I think it was. Is that Windows? I don't know if it is or not. Actually, I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. Whatever this one is. Oh, it is Windows. It is Windows. This is the one. I remember. Because, yeah, this had like I think it had a fingerprint sensor in it. 2008. 5 megapixels. 16 gigabyte storage. Yeah, that's Windows. I think I had that. Why take money from Twitch when you can get paid by Russia Today? The FBI hates this one weird trick. Twillick's leaving some spicy comments over on YouTube.
To create kind of, not very much like you see on TikTok today, kind of, people using it in videos and kind of...
I've been at Twitch for
Here we
8
go.
years and I'd love to learn more about
Photon
what the
Q?
product was when you
Don't even know what that
joined
is.
as a technical PM and what's the evolution up until today.
Yeah, I think the core of the product has always roughly remained the same, which is, Twitch is really passionate about being one of the best places or the best place for people for creators specifically to monetize live streams.
Yes.
So, when I joined, the fundamentals of the product were there. Streamers could stream.
We'll go well with the
viewers
Alex
could
Jones
interact with them
impressions. Oh,
through
no.
Chat. And, you could subscribe to streamers and give them money. And fundamentally,
TOS.ru. Hey, I mean, I'm willing if the Russian government wants to ultimately promote their VK streaming service. I mean, $200K a month. I could be encouraged.
Product is still the same. Like, that is still...
I'm just throwing that out there.
The heart of what makes Twitch great for streamers and viewers. I think some of the biggest evolutions, especially some of the stuff that I've been involved in, is when I joined the company...
Yes.
All of the content on the platform was sorted and ordered by popularity.
Right.
So we showed you like what was the stream with the most viewers down at the bottom to the stream with the least viewers.
Right.
And at the time it was, perfectly viable ordering because popularity is a great signal of content quality.
Sure.
But it was exploitable. People could try and exploit the system through using nefarious tactics like viewbotting to try and gain ranking and then
Still the case. That hasn't inherently changed that much.
Gain more organic traffic because of it.
Mm-hmm.
But also in the end, it just wasn't personalized. So I think one of the biggest things that I've worked on at my time at Twitch was, over the course of 5 years, we systematically replaced all of like the discovery mechanisms. We call discovery any kind of feature that allows a viewer to find a stream. We replaced all of the popularity-based discovery mechanisms with recommended-based sorting orders. So I did a lot of work with the machine learning.
Well, they didn't replace it. They created a new default for it, but it's not replaced. You can still go back to sorting high to low.
Team to really move from, what is it, the same view for everyone to a personalized view kind of tailored for you based on your viewing history, and your location, and many other factors as well. I think that's been one of the biggest
Your history and location,
changes.
okay.
And then outside of
We don't double dip here, Desert
I think
Ice.
we spent a lot of time as a company really focusing on giving tools to creators and viewers to kind of deepen the engagement between the two.
Okay.
So allowing creators to post polls or allowing viewers to accumulate what we call channel points and spend them. There's lots of different, features that we've added to really kind of deepen the engagement between a viewer and a streamer when they're live.
How long do we get into this? Okay, let's actually do a poll. Prediction. Start prediction. Oh, I chose the wrong place to try to do this prediction. How long until a guest star reference? We're 7 minutes in. God damn it, Illusion. Since when are there CC on Twitch? Yeah, it's as long as you put it out yourself. Yeah, you can do that. How else are you going to get 20k heart clicks? True. First, wait. 7 to... How do we divide this into time? 35 minutes divided by 3. 12 minutes. 7 to 19 minutes. 20 to 32, 31 minutes. Well, I guess we did 11 minutes here. Doesn't matter. 32 to 42 minutes. And no reference. Wait. Oh, fuck, what'd I do? Oh, I see. 32 to 32. God damn it. 32 to 42 minutes. And no GS reference. All right. And I'll put it on for a 5-minute poll. I'm going to shift the times here a little bit longer. 11 to 21. 22 to 31. 32 to 42. Yeah, that works. Perfect. Prediction started. Hi, Sunberry. How are you? He's mobile app. Interesting. Polls or predictions? Prediction. This is a prediction. So you got 5 minutes as we continue to watch this. If we do get a guest star reference in this time, well, then I'll just pay back. But, yep, there you go.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of those indicators that tell you that a user is enjoying certain content, so that type of content can be prioritized on their feed. I remember the head of Instagram was talking about how they measure the amount of videos that are being sent via DM to a friend, because that indicates that it's really good, but that goes beyond the classic like or comment on a public video. So what are some...
What a name. You're hearkening back to an old time. Good name.
Those leading indicators for you.
Some of the leading indicators on that the content is good. At Twitch, we look like the metric we primarily look at is
watch time.
What we call a successful video play. Now, this isn't a leading indicator, but a successful video play is a user clicked on a video and they watched it for at least 5 minutes of time. That for us is ultimately success. That for us says that this user found a piece of live content that they like a lot. In order to get people to do that, we look at a lot of different metrics. We look at what users click at and then bounce from. We look at what users kind of don't click on. We look at earlier indicators like 1 minute plays, like did they watch for at least 1 minute? Especially we recently launched a feed product, which has allowed us to gather a lot more signals in terms of what content people linger on versus what content people swipe past. I think there's a lot of different metrics that we use to kind of evaluate, is a viewer going to like this piece of content?
This is what, I'm just going to say early thoughts here. This is why I'm not sure that trying to create a video feed, a TikTok-like video feed of live content is necessarily going to pan out in terms of actually still serving interesting content to creator or to viewers. Reason being, if we go into any stream right now for 30 seconds or 15 seconds, what are the likelihoods of something interesting happening? It's probably not going to be super high. The reality of live content is that it is a slower form of content where the vast majority of time, nothing interesting is happening. And what I would say is that for Twitch to actually make that successful, they need to have better Well, A, it's probably going to lean towards just chatting content being far more likely to actually get engagement, because when somebody is talking about something the way that I am right now, that's probably going to be a little bit more interesting than if you stumble into a game where they're just doing the same thing. Similar to like when you go to a thumbnail on Twitch, right? There's just nothing inherently that you're going to look at from a thumbnail of somebody playing Dead by Daylight, and you don't inherently know what's going on here. Every single one looks roughly the same. Like, this isn't telling you, oh, is this an exciting moment? 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 You don't know from the thumbnail alone. And so by watching something in a feed, I don't think that necessarily you're going to find a lot of content that ends up leaning towards that kind of interesting side.
The vast majority of things that streamers do is so cringe.
So just be boring all the time, problem solve. So that's why I think that the discovery feed itself will probably end up leaning itself towards just chatting content. I think that's going to engage content where the streamer is actively talking is going to ultimately have a higher likelihood of delivering discovery results. So I shouldn't complain necessarily about it because it may actually benefit me directly, but I don't think that it's going to do...
What does anime girl thighs taste like?
I don't think that it's inherently going to benefit the entire platform. Still don't know what that tastes like, by the way. And in fact, Aureus could have had the chance, and he didn't take it. So, said cost too much for the meme. So, hi Rabdos, by the way. I still don't know either. Yeah, exactly. Terrible. Need a donation goal for girls. Anime girls. It wasn't worth. It was $35. Goddamn. Anyways, so that's where I'm kind of intrigued by this overall. This kind of experiment is that I mean, to be honest, obviously leaning towards non-gaming and hang out with us and nut together. Leaning towards non-gaming content is obviously something that I've said that Twitch needs to do, and so you're kind of seeing that in the form of this product, which will probably have a bias towards. But secondarily, if they do want to support big game moments, they have to figure out, and this is where I'm kind of intrigued by the mention of AI, on whether or not they use that as an opportunity to use game recognition to be like, hey, something interesting is happening here. And there's actually a pretty good example of this. If Twitch can be like, look at all these screens, and I think that Mixer did something like this, by the way. And I'm just purely talking about discovery feed based to try to surface content that might be more interesting. If they can look at these screens and can use some level of AI detection to say, oh, there is only 5 people left in this game, let's put that into discovery feed because that might be something that people are interested in seeing, is this kind of like high pressure last minute situation that could be more interesting to watch than any other time, especially if you're just dropping into Fortnite. And a platform that does this is oh my gosh, why am I forgetting their name now? Noise. There you go. I figured it out. Noise. They have AI built into these things that tracks what's going on in these different different scenarios, right? And it allows you to interact with it based upon what's actually happening. And so Twitch needs to perhaps take some inspiration from this, not to create this kind of system, but to ultimately make it so that they can better offer those hype moments, those last minute exciting moments, a boss fight in Elden Ring, and put those into the discovery surface rather than what it is now, which is just random streams at any time. So I'm intrigued at how they handle that. Hi, Violet. Mixer did that and called it Red Zone. It had super low viewership numbers. Well, all right, Tanuki. Hi, Tanuki. But see, again, the reason why The reason why it may have, again, it could obviously mixed or failed for a variety of reasons, but I'm saying purely not as like a front page thing in terms of making it like, hey, here's a hype moment happening on Twitch right now, but in terms of the discovery surface of that discovery feed. That's the only time where it actually has value. Because when you're scrolling through that feed right now, like, again, I barely open the app, so it doesn't impact me much. What the hell is this? Wait, why? Purple blur, why did I get an order from you that says knock knock? Oh no. Oh no. Hi, Mob Lord. Yeah, so ultimately, I don't know why. Oh, I know why it didn't show up. It's because all of the notifications are all kind of weird right now. It'll show up eventually. Yeah, so that's what I would say here is that in order to improve the discovery feed, it's going to be, I think it would be relatively difficult for them to figure out how to make that interesting to all people. Unlike TikTok, which TikTok content is designed to be like, hey, you know that somebody is going to be watching this for literally 60 seconds. Make it super interesting so it keeps people's attention. You can't do that with a live stream. You can't. Uncanny.gg is also doing that. AI overlay reactions to game events. Interesting.
Especially across their session as they, and across multiple sessions.
Yeah, because one of the differences that I see compared to Vine, for example, Vine had a defined format. They say, hey, it's up to 6 seconds, so you know what to expect. In your platform, I see a lot of length variability. I can see short videos as well as like multi-hour long videos. So how do you go about ensuring that even though there's no completion, there is still a good indicator that the user enjoyed what they saw?
Yeah, I mean, that's where that 5-minute play really comes in. I would say that is one of the fundamental challenges of live content versus, recorded VOD content. I think with recorded VOD content, you can gain an understanding through multiple different mechanisms of whether, let's take a 6-second Vine is interesting or not. You can look at how many people view it, how many people share it, how many people like it.
Right.
There are lots of indicators to say, oh, this is a nice piece of content.
Yes.
And I think if you look at the market, there are a lot of businesses, or there's a lot of apps, social apps that use the early signal from 100 viewers who view that piece of content to understand should they fan this piece of content out to 1,000 viewers or 100,000 viewers or 1 million viewers.
Right.
And they use kind of those early indicators from the first sets of users who watch videos to understand how much they can push them. The problem with live content is you really don't have necessarily that understanding that at this given time, this piece of content is interesting. So we have to rely on like how much do we think the viewer likes this particular creator or likes similar content in order to gain an understanding of do we think this user is going to like this particular stream. And even then, we can make a really great recommendation for someone and we can send them into a live stream. But at that moment, that live stream may be boring. The streamer may have gone.
Most of the time, it probably is, yeah.
On AFK, they may go to the bathroom and there may be no one there. So it does pose a set of fundamentally different challenges from traditional kind of VOD content.
So then how are you going to try to make TikTok? Why are you TikTokifying the app if you recognize this? Oh my God.
Yeah, and another challenge that
I don't understand.
To discuss with you in this type of marketplace is how do you define a content creator? I know that Twitch found early success in the gaming category, and now it branched out into other types of categories. So what are some of those, and how do you treat the different content creators?
Yeah, so for us, I think fundamentally, we start by looking at the type of content that works for our format. So Twitch is live streaming.
Yes.
It is community orientated. And it is long form.
Yes. Okay. So now we've defined what Twitch is: community, long form, live. All right. You're not going to have that same 3 set of things literally anywhere else. It's not on TikTok. You have some long form content there, but very, very little. You don't have community there, and you do have some live. So they get 1.2 out of the 3. On YouTube, you can find those things, but none of them are, you can get like one of each, but you don't really get all three. Snapchat? No. Instagram? No. Twitter? No. So Twitch is a completely separate entity in that it combines those three magic things together to talk about the magic of Twitch to create something special. And this is where I get confused and frustrated with Twitch's decision-making around products lately, is because it seems like they're doing everything they can to go outside of those three. They're trying to do everything except for focus on those three things. Well, how about we be TikTok? Well, how about we try to do an Instagram kind of thing with stories? Well, how about how about you focus on the three things that you guys excel at, that makes this place unique, that makes it special? And keep in mind, that means that it comes at a cost. And that cost probably is going to piss off some streamers, because everybody for years has said, Twitch discovery is terrible. Twitch discovery is terrible. Twitch discovery is terrible. But what if the actual answer isn't that Twitch needs to fix that? What if the actual answer is exactly how it's been for years, in that the discovery on Twitch is not inherently going to get any better, and it's not really Twitch's responsibility to figure out how to find audiences for you, because live discovery is a completely different beast than it is on YouTube VOD-based content, or it is on TikTok VOD-based content, or it is on Instagram VOD-based and picture-based content, or it is on Twitter text-based and video-based content, VOD-based content. Like, it's just very, very different. You don't go to Twitter for a live stream. You may go listen to a Clubhouse kind of thing. But like the overall feeling I get is that they're just trying to do everything that they're not. And I don't think that's going to pan out. Hi, Chabs. Hi, Ghost Girl. How are you guys? We need less magic and more torso. Theo said the same. Improve what works. Stop trying to add discovery. Already handled by other apps. Yeah, and so here's what I would say. Here's what I would say is that, and Twitch has been doing this, and I think that's fantastic, and I think they should continue to lean into this in terms of making your the content here to syndicate elsewhere. Absolutely, that makes so much sense for the platform to lean into. Creating of clips for vertical based platforms and you guys being able to create vertical content for me to then post on my socials. It's controversial in terms of what I've seen from people on Twitter, but giving people the ability to effectively create their own content economy around their own streams. Something that happens for all the top streamers in terms of the Hassan Abi content. What do they call it? I forget the name right now. But effectively, allowing people, if you guys want to post my clips to your channels to help me with discovery, why would I have anything inherently against that? If you guys want to make content from me and you want to earn and you want to monetize me, why not? Go for it. Because ultimately, you creating content about, if you decide to post shorts of me on Zach Bussey shorts, TikTok, whatever, that's going to ultimately benefit me by bringing people back to this stream. Now, granted, you guys will probably end up being more successful than me, and then I will send a DMCA to you immediately and be like, hey, this is my content, and we're taking it all down. No. Oh, yeah, clip creation industrial complex. That's it. Thank you. Industrial complex. Yeah, the Hassan Abi clipped industrial complex. Yeah, exactly. But no, ultimately, like that's something that it's hard to let go as a streamer of your IP and allow it to be used by other people. But I think that people should actually do that. I think that there is benefits there. I think that it does ultimately lead to more discovery for you as a creator, even if it does cost some element of monetization on YouTube or TikTok or wherever. Like if somebody in America decides to monetize or starts posting clips of me and they monetize, well, I'm in Canada. I can't monetize it anyways. Maybe that person will subscribe and gift subs and be like, hey, I'm giving back for the money that you helped me make off of your name. But I think that there's upsides there. And so those are the kind of things that I think that Twitch should focus on, is creating the ability or simplifying the ability to create content for other platforms rather than trying to be those other platforms. No one's coming to no one's coming to Twitch Twitter-based text updates. No one's coming to Twitch for TikTok-like short content. Like, nobody, it's just not how people consume that content. They go to the platforms where they're organically created and designed for, and trying to be a replicant of that is ultimately just going to be a fail. It's not going to work out. Zach Bussey Shorts is my stripper name. I'll post the Zach jump scare super. Yeah, absolutely. Singletary, you can for sure. Yeah, I by all means. Thoughts on clip farming? Clip farming in what sense? What do you mean, Zartho? Like making like intentionally trying to create clippable content? Hi, Dragon Gem. How are you? We're up to 140 million monthly active users. We passed 80, 105. Now what right up to 140. I know. This is new. Yeah, that's another kind of weird thing. I don't know exactly what's going on anymore, but yeah.
So, what we look for in terms of what might be successful on Twitch as types of content are really a couple of different indicators. Is this an activity that a streamer can do multiple days a week? Because building community takes time and repetition. You can't just stream once a month and expect to maintain a community, an audience who wants to watch you.
Correct.
You really have to stream frequently.
Yep.
So is this the type of activity?
Aureus Khan asked me, is Zach Bussey's Shorts a better name for a stripper or a YouTube channel? Why not both? Picture it a whirlwind of chaotic genius, where the stripper persona and the YouTube channel are one and the same. Zach Bussey, draped in the wildest, most unpredictable shorts you've ever seen, tearing through the digital and physical realms like a deranged thunderstorm. It's not just content, it's a spectacle, a revelation, or maybe it's a fever dream we're all trapped in.
Wait, what? Wait, what? 2021. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, there you go. Might be a rename. It's got to be a rename.
Activity that someone can do multiple days a week without it becoming stale or boring, or alternatively,
Hey, is that a cat?
Activity that someone can do multiple days a week without it becoming stale or boring, or alternatively...
It is a cat. All right. Jeremy, you've just earned a point. Are you on my... I think he might be banned in this chat right now. Let's double check. / user Jez. Not banned. All right. Well, you're not going on the sus list because there was a cat, and that means you can't be a bad person. People with cats can't be bad people. It's impossible.
Like physically difficult for them. So that's one.
Okay, wait, hold on. I need to listen to that again. I'm confused. You can do drop-ins multiple days a week. Dan is desperate for friends. He'll knock every day.
Boring, or alternatively, like
hold on,
multiple days a week without it becoming stale or boring, or alternatively, like physically difficult for them. So that's one. And then the second kind of thing that we
I just needed to wait. We got a much better cat.
Really look for. So sorry. we look at.
Wait, what? Okay, I think he saw the cat too. I think that's what he was looking at. He definitely is. And
then the second kind of thing that we really look for. So sorry. We look at repeatability, and then we look at kind of like inherent entertainment content, like entertainment value.
Okay.
So let's talk about gaming for a second. So gaming is a really obviously important vertical for Twitch, but what makes it really good on Twitch is the fact that you can play video games a lot. You can play the same video game over and over again, especially online multiplayer games like Battle Royales. You can play games of Fortnite for 6 hours in a row, and each one of them is going to be different. And then each one of them is going to be inherently entertaining because you don't know what the outcome is going to be on a live stream.
Right.
And then you can play it multiple days in a row, and the game developers keep the content fresh. So they are always they're always updating the games so that there's new content coming in, which then streamers can then play or, play and show to their audience. So when we look at other verticals, we try to look at, is this something that's entertaining? Is this something that people can do frequently and repeatedly? So that's why, we recently announced the DJ program. DJs is a great example of this.
That's not at all why you introduced the DJ program. You had to introduce the DJ program because you got ahead of yourself in 2020 during the pandemic and bringing all the DJs to the platform and saying, hey, you can make some money. Hey, you can make some money, because you can't make money touring DJing. And because of that reason, you got your hand caught in the cookie jar. And so then the industry said, hey, we would like our cut, please. We would like our cut, please. So that's not why that was introduced.
Moblord asked me, thoughts on the man arrested by the FBI for making thousands of accounts streaming AI-generated music.
I heard about this.
Botting the views and collecting 10 million in revenue, best pirate. You see this scallywag's tale be one of the boldest piracy on the digital seas.
True.
Imagine a marauder, not of ships, but of streams, cleverly conjuring AI melodies to deceive the masses and enrich himself by millions. It's a cunning ruse but even the most audacious of pirates must beware the long arm of the law.
True.
Or in this case, the FBI. Perhaps he should have stuck to honest plundering and rum, eh?
What was the last part? And rummy? Oh, and rum. Hi, Laner. A moment of silence for all the on-stream playlists people spent hours on making. Yes, true. Hi, Lamp. Hi, Ben.
It's an activity where people can go and have a DJ set every night, and they can always make it different.
The cat's meowing. Is the problem that it was AI created? No. So the problem wasn't that it was AI created. The issue with the AI person is that they initially started as like a struggling musician, and they figured out a way to get more views on their content. And then they realized, well, what if I just generated AI music? And then they figured out how to basically combine the two. They put out music. They'd have their own systems listen to that music. And so it was more bot farm than it was actually an AI thing. But they did end up, at a certain point, they ended up offering the service to other musicians to essentially help them get more views on their content and make more money. But then, ultimately they were like, well, I can't continue to create music to post. I'll use AI to generate music, and then I'll use my bot network to basically listen to this music. And that's how they generated like $10 million in total royalties. Yeah. Fake accounts, fake artists, fake credit cards. Exactly. Yep. Hi, Anthem. How are you? Someone got their music taken off of Spotify because they assumed it was listened to by bots. Yeah. I mean, anything that can be gamified will ultimately be gamified, and that is a significant part of any business that has any kind of monetization structure, is that they do have to have deep and dedicated fraud teams to be able to try to detect those kind of problems. Twitch has this. Twitch has an entire fraud department that does kind of use a bunch of different metrics to figure out, okay, is this fraud? Is this fraud? Is somebody pulling a scheme here? Sometimes it's been better at detecting things than others. Other times, some things such as the Turkish bits scandal kind of went under the radar for a little bit too long, and then authorities got involved. In Turkey, anyways. Or maybe they were just allowing it to happen. I actually don't know the full details. But no fraud on Twitch. Okay, never mind. I stand down. A friend of mine did that and made a few $100s doing the don't tell the FBI. Doing that, don't tell the FBI, though. I won't say Sarah. But you've typed it in a chat now, and they're going to pass that on. Hi, J-Rob. The botting issue on Spotify is huge. Yeah. Spiffy, how are you doing, by the way? Welcome in.
And varied, and it's always going to be entertaining for viewers.
Yeah, I like
the cat.
Always make it different and varied, and it's always going to be entertaining for viewers.
Yeah, I like that expansion from gaming to entertainment as a whole. I'll give you another example. I'm originally from Spain, and I know that the Spanish-speaking community is huge. Like in particular, this streamer Ibai, right? Like he recently hosted this massive event at the Real Madrid stadium.
I am a cat.
Oh my God! Right?
I am a cat. Meow, meow, meow.
Maybe you can educate like the English-speaking community on what's really happening outside.
Yeah, I mean, the Spanish market is a fascinating market. So there are a number of really large streamers, but Ibai that you mentioned is one of the biggest. He recently hosted an event called La Velada, which is it's a boxing and music event, and essentially he gets content creators across Twitch, across YouTube, and other platforms. And then he puts them in boxing matches together. And then in between each match, he brings on famous artists, both from the Spanish-speaking world and the English-speaking world. This most recent La Velada, which broke, our records, both the record for the stream with the highest, most of concurrent viewers, as well as our site-wide record, had Will Smith as an example performing a musical act in The Intermediary. And it's such a big cultural phenomenon there. It's amazing to see. And it's something that he's built up over multiple years. This is the fourth one that he's done. And it's been so fantastic to see kind of the success of that event, but also the success of Spanish streamers as well. Like Twitch is really a very popular platform in Spain, and these creators are really like leading the forefront of content creation and across multiple verticals.
Yeah, I mean, they're really becoming celebrities in a way, and I think the other type of celebrities are also participating in Twitch. In some cases, I remember the famous moment when Drake donated some money to Ninja. He was playing Fortnite. So how do you think about treating those type of VIPs, like special content creators, either because they have a tremendous following or those celebrities that now are getting into the streaming game?
Yeah, so we love events like that. There was recently a stream where Kai Cenat, one of our biggest streamers in North America, if not the biggest streamer in North America, recently streamed with Kevin Hart. He had Kevin Hart over on his stream, and they kind of just hung out together. And that was also a fantastic stream. We look at these moments as being kind of key to bringing more people to Twitch, to really kind of broadening the appeal of Twitch and helping people.
I shouldn't make like obviously he's speaking to an audience of people who don't know anything about Twitch, but it's just like, really, the time where Kevin Hart was streaming with your biggest streamer was a moment, one of those moments that brought new people in. Shocking. I'm shocked by that. It's just it's yeah, it kind of goes without saying.
You'll realize that like Twitch is not just
the ironic part about it is that Twitch has no involvement in or they didn't do anything to enable it. So that's kind of one of those interesting things that from Twitch's perspective, same with I mean, maybe they do in terms of making sure that the servers are maintained and all that kind of stuff. So from a technical side, yes. But in terms of like, when we talk about like, how does Twitch, and people ask this all the time of like executives, they're like, hey, how does Twitch get new people in? And then they give like some kind of like nonsense answer of like, well, we have to do good things to be able to attract people from different markets into these things. It's like, well, I don't think that you do actually. I don't actually think that Twitch has any capability to bring in new people themselves, because Twitch isn't creating content. Twitch themselves, I mean, as on stream as Dan is, I don't think that anybody outside of Twitch would be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go watch this 60-year-old dude do some knocking on doors with people. I don't think that drives new people to Twitch. So I don't think that Twitch inherently has any ability nor responsibility to bring in new people. Their job is to maintain the service and then ultimately placate the creators on it for things that they actually want. And that sometimes is going to be them going, well, we can't necessarily serve that because that's not something that we can actually do. And so, again, going back to what I was saying 10 minutes ago about discovery on Twitch, I don't think that's something that they can control. I don't think it's something that they're inherently good at or can effectively do. And I don't think you can necessarily do it with live content. I just don't think that it's designed for TikTok-like discovery unless you have the pull in that TikTok-like discovery of the thing that makes TikTok discovery work, which is short-form content that is edited and designed to get people's attention in short form. So I just it's a kind of thing of there was a time I don't remember. exactly when this was. I can go back in the archive and potentially find it. But I was like most users at one point. I was like, yeah, Twitch should do something with clips. Twitch should put clips in better places and serve it. And then I found out that they did. They tried it. They did a whole thing in 2017, 2018, 2019 where they did like some experiments with it. And the report basically said, people aren't really that interested in it this way. They tend to watch less content, and like they did examples with putting small creators on the front page and in discovery surfaces at a higher rate than they did for established creators, and see what happened there. And nope, that also didn't pan out. That also resulted in less viewership of overall on the platform, less hours watched, less discovery for the people themselves too, because people didn't stick around for it. And so it's a kind of thing of like historically, again, obviously different formats than what they're doing with the mobile app, but historically it doesn't inherently align that, hey, they're going to have much success now than any of the success that they've attempted to do in the past. Everything in the past said, yeah, this doesn't exactly work for live content. Why would that change now? I don't think that it does. Hi, Yula Nation. Made it just an hour into stream. Probably missed only 5 minutes or so. Well, it's 16 minutes. Wonder if Will Smith was cheaper to get after his slap incident? Probably, yeah. When are you going to get Justin Bieber on stream? Twitch has to arrange that. That's Twitch's responsibility to find the content for this stream. Hi, Capri, which sells itself. Hi, Set to Build. Welcome. They ignored Kai for so long when he was hitting 100K. Yeah, they did. They did. Though, to be fair, I think that Twitch was a little bit concerned about Kai Cenat initially. And I think for somewhat valid reasons, in that it was a community that they didn't necessarily understand. And I think that they were kind of like, well, how do we handle this? And if you do look at some of like the original streams or early streams from Kai, some choice language or community things that were allowed to be said in the community, I think probably gave Twitch pause and being like, uh-oh, is this going to be a problem for us? So they had to kind of suss that one out and figure out whether or not it was going to be a benefit or a potential PR problem for Twitch. They supported the event by adding 18 global emotes. Yeah, that nobody's used since and nobody will ever use again. Hi, Hardium. Hi, Rukaroy. I'm doing great. How are you? Hi, AJ. Need to add Bieber as a favorite so we can knock on your door. Rightfully so, considering at the time he was hanging out with Aiden and Nitro Speed, who were both getting indefinitely suspended. Yeah, he did tone it down. Yeah, he did, and he did kind of bring his community in line, particularly around issues of LGBTQ stuff. He brought that back in line in terms of cleaning up his act and taking a little bit more personal responsibility to make sure that his community was not being allowed to point and laugh as the kindest way of describing it. But yeah, so that's why they were a little bit slow on recognizing Kai initially.
It's a platform for gamers, and not just a platform where just people play video games. It's like really exciting live moments happening all the time on Twitch. And then how we look at the stream.
Problem is that they happen few and far between.
Streamers and the audiences, I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the interesting things is where we have found success is collaborations like these, where you have a successful streamer.
Oh no, we're getting close. We're getting close.
Who streams a lot and builds a community and has a loyal audience who watch them regularly, brings celebrities into their world. Like we had there was a stream a few years ago where AOC streamed Among Us with a number of Twitch streamers. And I think that's been a really successful format for us. I think what we found when it comes to pure celebrity is if a celebrity started their own Twitch channel and streamed once, they would get viewership. People would turn up. It's always exciting to see someone you are passionate about live. But the heart of Twitch's product is really community. And it's really about building a kind of a community between a streamer and their viewers and the viewers among one another. And that really takes time and multiple streams.
But Salty, don't you remember that time that they paid that artist to sing, to knock on people's door using Guest Star last year? What was her name? And she sang songs with Clancy. I don't remember the name, actually. I'm trying to remember the name. I started that off as an ironic statement, and then I couldn't remember the actual name, trying to buy myself time. What was the person that they paid? Oh, I can probably search, but I don't care.
And so what we found is like the people who are most successful are people who are inherently entertaining.
Right.
But
shocking.
also can really lean into the platform and stream, frequently enough so that when they build a viewership, that viewership stays with them and becomes loyal fans of and parts of their community.
Sure.
And I'm a big believer in community. I actually think it's a huge moat.
Hi, Alan.
So I guess Twitch would be one of the first, if not the first, company that started this type of live streaming movement. And as the market grew and now we see other players in the space, how do you think about positioning your product in a way that allows you to maintain that type of momentum that you created?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they necessarily have to do too much. This remains the best place to create live content. And so I think they can kind of stand on their own laurels here.
I think the biggest positioning and differentiator for us is one, our focus on live streaming as our core product. I think that's what really sets us apart. Now, because as you mentioned, many of these social platforms have live streaming as an element, and they're all viable platforms. Like if you have a large following on Instagram and you wanted to go live once to show them something cool, yeah, you should go live on Instagram. That's great. You can reach your audience there. But it's not their core business. And their core business is photos and with your friends, but also reels. Let's put that aside. Whereas for us, live streaming is our core business. And we want to focus on making Twitch the best place to monetize live streams. And we want to continue to deepen engagement between viewers and streamers and deepen their monetization potential and the amount of money that they can make per hour of live streaming. So that's our...
Can I just point out why that's a weird take? I mean, it's not a weird take for a platform that doesn't have any money, but it is a weird take in terms of how they want us to view you. Zara Larson, thank you, Salty. That's who it was. There's nothing there about, hey, we want you to build a community and grow other platforms that are built around this business that you're creating and all this. And again, keep in mind, monetization is important. But like, and I guess this is from the platform perspective. So again, I get it. But it is effectively... I just go through 6 pages of guest star post from you in Discord. They're not saying anything about chat engagement and interactivity and all this kind of stuff. They've literally, he said it twice now. It's the best place to monetize live content. Nothing about community building, nothing about, but it's monetizing. It's monetizing. And we're thinking about how you can make the most money and how you can get your community to support you financially and all these things that are money-based, which again, is fine from the corporate perspective of understanding what Twitch is doing right now and what their focus is, considering they don't have much money. And I guess historically, you could take a look back prior to 2020 and go, oh yeah, this platform was focused on community and now it is focused on monetization. But it is it is one of those things that you go, oh, okay, now in the context of knowing what Twitch is actually focused on, when you look through the lens of that at every other decision, you go, okay, that I understand, that one I don't, that one I do, that one I don't. I'm just going to rewind it here and just play that again because I think it is interesting.
Put that aside. Whereas for us, live streaming is our core business. And we want to focus on making Twitch the best place to monetize live streams.
So not about creation, monetization. Making Twitch the best place to monetize live streams.
Continue to deepen engagement between viewers and streamers and deepen their monetization potential and the amount of money that they can make per hour of live streaming. So that's our primary differentiator. Is like that is always going to be our core business. It's always going to be our focus, and we're always going to focus on trying to do what's right for streamers. Whereas I think for many of our competitors, not all of them, but many of our competitors, live streaming is a is a secondary business or a tertiary business where it's a nice to have. They offer it because they should offer it, and you should be able to live stream on the platform. But it's not a business that they particularly want to grow.
Yeah. It's your core product versus an extra feature for others. I get it. And so if you were to break that down into a roadmap, what's next for you?
Oh, shit. Please don't mention guest star. Please don't mention guest star.
What's next? For me...
Yeah, so whereas for us, it's our only product. Yep.
So my organization is really focused on growing the platform. And our focus...
Okay. So... Again, I said it before. I don't know that Twitch can inherently do that. He won't mention guest star, but he might mention stream together. I hope not, First Necron. I'm pulling for the no guest star references.
Focus areas for the next couple of years are really kind of three major spaces.
Okay.
So one is continue to invest in our mobile application and make our mobile experience better.
Because it certainly took a step backwards. That's true. All right, fair. Catch up to parity with the previous mobile app. Got it.
I think for many years, Twitch has been a predominantly kind of website, PC-based platform.
Right.
And that's primarily because we're very heavy on interaction. We're very heavy on long-form sessions. And therefore, it actually makes sense that like web is one of the best places to consume Twitch content because it's very easy to chat and it's very easy to watch for multiple hours. But we have obviously, as many people have, seen more of a shift towards mobile, and it's now becoming, while it's not where the majority of consumption comes from, it is where the majority of viewers are. So while we've always had mobile apps, it's not like we've never had mobile apps. We're really invested in trying to make those experiences better.
Oh, I see what he's saying. Okay.
So we recently launched a feed product, and we're redesigning the app to make that the default experience. Our feed is a little bit different from TikTok's feed.
In that it's garbage. Whereas TikTok feed instantly hits you with dopamine and keeps hitting you with dopamine. Boom. Oh, that's a good video. Boom. That's a good video. Boom. Oh, that's a good video. Boom. That's a good video. Oh, it's alive. Skip. No, that's a good video. That's a good video. That's a good video. Oh, it's alive. Fuck. Skip. But Twitch is... All right. Okay. I just want to watch the person who I want to watch. Just follow, drawer, click, watch my stream. Stream changes to somebody else completely. It's a dramatically different experience. It's a dramatically different experience. This is why people report less life satisfaction. The app just doesn't give you the same dopamine hits. Fair. As I was saying before, I don't think they can find that on that discovery feed. I don't think that they can find that unless they lean in to talk-based content, which I guess maybe they are with guest star. Maybe that is part of the plan, is that you'll only get discovery if you use guest star. Don't write it off. Seems to be trending that way. But then two, they're going to have to figure out how to show those kind of like prime moments in video games, like close to beating a big boss, near the end of a multiplayer game or a MOBA game or whatever, where you get to see the final conclusion. You have to have those dopamine hits in that live. So they have to figure out live discovery in the sense of how do we hit those dopamine moments from a video game, from the content itself. If they're just throwing like, yeah, you might like this person because you watch 7 of their friends, I don't think that's going to work. Talk-based makes sense. Easier to chop into a vertical version for future feeds. Yeah, for sure.
Our feed, the purpose of our feed is not to, it's not to get people just consuming the feed and
It's just, that's such a bad premise. Again, I'm not an app developer. But if the design of the feed isn't to get people consuming the feed, you're going to have a fucking tough time. How? What? And I know what he's going to say. He's going to say, we don't want you to get stuck in a feed of scrolling. We want you to get you into new content. But that in and of itself is a question that I don't think you can answer with a feed if you're trying not to get people to use the feed. If the feed's purpose is to not use the feed, it's not going to work.
And just swiping forever. Our feed is really meant to help viewers find a stream that they want to watch for a long session. Part of the reason for this is because there's, discovering live content is hard. There's a lot of friction in that experience, and there traditionally has been a lot of friction in that you have to, in order to actually understand, this thing that's happening right now that's live, and do I want to watch it?
Right.
You really have to consume. You really have to actually start watching it to answer that question. There might be some indicators that say I'm not interested in this. Maybe a streamer you like is playing a game you don't. But for most cases, you really have to go into the stream and consume a little bit of it to understand, is this stream for me? Does this vibe kind of fit what I want? Does this match my, what I'm here to watch? So from the feed, we're really making it easy to consume and try out a bunch of live streams before deciding which one you want to watch.
Before going to your following and going, I don't want to watch any of that. Mr. Byte. Thank you very much, Mr. Byte, for 15 months. I can't believe it's been 15 months. God damn. Thank you, Mr. Byte. I appreciate it. Hope your day's going well.
So that's focus area number one. Number two is really helping streamers take derivative content from their live streams and share it out to other social platforms.
Yeah, this one I'm fully on board with. I fully support this, and I think that they should lean so heavy into this idea, completely scrap the app, and just go, let's go full board onto this one. Figure out how to create the content. Let's figure out AI editing so that they can fancy up their overall product with a press of a button, and they generates 3 different ones by AI, and then they pick the one that they like, and then it adds captions and figure that part out to make it so that it's impossible to not want to create content for TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. Impossible. Make it impossibly easy to press a button and post everywhere. That's what they should do. Not the discovery feed nonsense. Make it so easy to create content that literally, this is how easy it should be. I shouldn't even have to consider it at all. I should be able to deputize Salty or anybody to be able to, from a press of a button, go, well, I saw this clip of you while you were live that Aureus made, and I thought it was good, and I posted it to your TikTok and your YouTube channel. Perfect. Cool. Great. Awesome. That's how easy this should be. Essentially, because live content is live. You don't have the ability to edit while you're live. You can't do anything while you're live. You have to focus on what you're doing. But there are people around you who are supportive. Moderators are obviously very supportive of streamers. Chats are as well. Chats create clips. Aureus is a prolific clip creator here. And making it so that basically you're that's the beauty of community, by the way. That's the beauty of a Twitch community. That's why I say the collaboration between streamer and chat is the actual collaboration. It is the thing that Dan Clancy wants in terms of collaboration happening all the time. It is happening. It's just that we haven't. Too late, Twitch. You already impregnated me. You already put a baby in me, and I already had that baby live on Twitter. So. We haven't gone to the point where Twitch recognizes that, hey, if you're a streamer, you have effectively, and I don't mean this in a offensive manner in any way to any of you, but you effectively have an active audience of people that you're testing things on live in real time that are actually also kind of like free labor. No offense, but you guys are here chatting, you're engaging, you're interested in the content. You guys tell me all the time, create YouTube content. I want to watch YouTube content that you create. Post a TikTok. I'd like to see you post more videos. I'd like to see more of your tweets. I'd love to see blog posts. You guys are very, very supportive. And this is true all over Twitch. God, I think this is going to be great for viewership. I think people are going to be this is a badass content. I think so. I agree. People are super, super supportive. It's such an organic kind of live content collaboration that is occurring.
Let's get this train going, choo-choo, then let's go knock on some doors.
Not doing that. Thank you for the 100 bits. But that, even the active blurps, that's kind of proving the point, right? You're seeing blurp. People here create blurps. They cut the content, they create a clip, they cut down the audio, and then they take that MP3 file or clip, I don't actually know how you do it, and then you post it to blurp. And then the crazy part is you come back to then play that clip back to the stream for money. Like, how does Twitch not recognize the immense amount of value in having community actively engaged in this kind of collaborative content creation that creates this symbiosis between chat and streamer to then take that and weaponize that across the entire internet? Holy shit, Mr. Byte. Mr. Byte, holy shit. Mr. Byte, thank you so much for gifting a 12-month sub, 1 year, to Salty. God damn, thank you. I'm reverse labor. I pay Twitch to make them test stuff on me. But like, this is see, from my perspective, Twitch trying to be TikTok that's a dead idea.
We're now recruiting for the Bussey Unpaid Laborers Union. Make this Bussey pay his fair share. Down with management.
Hi, baby bat. I just noticed it was a year. It's a year. Hi, Slashy. Wait until you see me with my shirt off, showing off my boobs. Penis. When did I say that? When did I say that one? Big peckers. Hi, baby bat. How are you? Anyways, there's my radical idea. There is my radical approach to if I was in charge of Twitch. I would go down with boring copies of every other platform. I'm leaning in on the communities. Let's turn this army upon the internet. Like 4chan, but for good. In terms of taking the positives of community and weaponizing that to spread discovery of the streamer that they actually care about and watch and want to support. What are you guys doing? How do you... Guys, Desert Ice, thank you for gifting a 12-month sub.
Bits.
To Baby Bat. How did both my mods not have subscribed at the same time? I guess when you don't stream for a week.
LOL.
You're talking about the supportive community? I am Slashy. Thank you so much, Desert Ice and Mr. Byte. Thank you very much for covering my mods. Thank you. Asha, thank you very much for the 100 bits. I can't bribe some at the gym. They're supporting your point. Oh, no, I know. I get it, Slashy. I get it. No, I understand. But that's what I'm saying. That would be my radical approach to Twitch in terms of a vision of Twitch that is not trying to be something else, but is leaning in on the strengths that it has here. Like, imagine Kai Cenat. I mean, you can already take a look at that in terms of like, Bits. Look at the number of people. Okay, here's kind of proof of this. Hype Train, thanks so much for the 100 bits. Also, give me the proceeds from the sub to Salty. Okay, I will. I will. How do I go into the Twitch community? Twitch. I forget how to do it now. Twitch topics. How do you find topics on this platform anymore? Hold on, I can do it from my other account. Here's how I'm going to prove that this idea is actually a pretty solid one in principle. Again, it goes outside of the topic. Here you go. That's how I find it. A Twitter topic. Close. Ellie.
I only want kind of proof. Please don't show me actual proof.
Okay, here's kind of proof. This is the Twitch topic. FaZe HQ posting a clip of Blackboy Max, okay? These feeds are often packed full of third-party people, and it used to be called, it used to be like Twit Toast or Valk. Twit Pokey. Well, none of these things work anymore because they've ruined the overall search. Twit. But there would be entire communities based around... Yeah, okay, so that's how they did it. It's Pokey Twit. Okay. Yeah. Let me in, Pokey Twit. Like, here are people who just go around creating content around the streamer that they care about, right? Art, tweets, etc.
Okay, party people in the house.
You're getting a modernized version of that with people posting clips. Again, it's often these third-party accounts, like these ones, Blackboy Max updates, that are then posting these clips, and they get tons of views. And it's a second. I know. First Necron, but I felt safe with it. Yeah, that's the main person. It's terrible that there's not more examples because usually this feed is just packed with people who are just posting clips of other streamers. Like what's his name? Fearbuck. Like these kind of channels are everywhere where they just post clips of streamers and all kinds of other stuff. Here's iShow Speed, almost sets him on fire. 2.3 million views. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on there. Okay, I don't know what's going on there either. Jesus Christ. Anyways, the point being is that that's obviously they're doing it for a reason.
I got thick thighs and a tiny waist. God damn.
I promise to be a good boy. Ooh, ooh. Hi, Mary Todd. What a horrible dystopia. A Bussey twit. Exactly. Slashy gets it. Slashy gets it. We're going to see so many. We didn't see any. It was safe. It was fine. Ah, God damn it. All right, let's get back into this goddamn video. Anyways, less TikTok, more lean in on the strength of community. VTubers do this. Yes. It's my entire content identity.
So about a little over a year ago, we launched what we call the clip exporter.
Oh, thank God. I thought he was going to say it. We have an active prediction going, by the way. I thought it was going to happen, but it didn't happen. How long until a guest star reference? I was close.
Which allows you to...
Bussey out of context. Yeah, that's a good one. That's an example. Bussey OOC. Soft babies make for great bumpers. It's because of the AI generated image. I identify as a rich woman. I'm not, but it's how I identify. I guess it matters how girthy your God book is. Fair. If it's not just Lucy's, I'm not interested. I sure do hope Twitch don't introduce a new feature no one asked for and shove it down our throats. The nefarious tail Wait, when did I say that? I'm so lost. Oh, Dimitri, I feel so good now. Because that's how I feel all the time with blurps. I'm just like, when did I say that? I don't remember saying that at all. Wait, Cal is onto something. September, where Zach Findoms us all month. Okay. All right. I agree. Just hold an emotional support mic in front of your face the whole time. Then you'll be able to fly through combos just like Dumbo with his feather. Oh, dear God. What is this one? Not sure God intended for video games at all. I was born just now. God intended for Sora. Don't say he didn't. I don't know what that is. I don't even know what that's referencing. Maybe they're in your terrorist folder. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. We can leave it at that. Go follow Bussey OOC. There you go. For all of your out of context Bussey content. Fix your marriage. Okay, all right, stop.
To take a clip, which is a up to 60
It is
second
also on Blue Sky. It is also on Blue Sky. That is true.
And snippet of a live stream, and just export it straight to, well, edit it to be portrait and then export it straight to YouTube or TikTok. We're going to keep focusing on that. We want to improve our tools that make it very easy to kind of, when an exciting moment happens on Twitch, make it really simple for creators to just share that out to their following on other platforms, or export it to their drafts in their TikTok so they can go and, you know, edit it later in TikTok and add more features to it and share it out.
Okay.
But how do we just increase the amount of, increase the amount and decrease the burden of sharing content out to the world, so that...
I fully agree with this. I think they should go further. Go more extreme. Go more extreme on this one.
You know, all of the exciting moments that happen on Twitch, multiple people see. And then the last focus area, I'll be quick, is increasing the diversity of creators on the platform. So continuing to invest in things like DJs, continuing to invest in areas that allow non-traditional or non-gaming creators, I would say, find success on the platform.
This episode is brought...
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, there we go. We're back. Okay. That third one makes sense. But again, it's one of those things of I don't know that they can necessarily ramp that up or ramp that one down. And the reason I say that, and actually I don't actually know the stats here. Let's take a look at the DJ program. Out of curiosity, is this going to load or not? Well, Sully, it's not populating. Good night, Slashy. Thanks for coming and hanging out. DJs, there we go. Long-term stats, summary. When did they launch it? 2 days ago? A month ago? Yeah. So, here's your viewership, right? Initial, a lot of hype, a lot of success. But it is declining slightly, where, you know, still peaks, but you can see the trend line here. You can see the trend line. We can actually pull this back further and it's going to look worse because it'll have that giant spike in it. So if we don't include that, that's going to give us the best picture of what is the current play. Hi, DJ Paulo. DJ channels, again, a slight decrease from an average of about 220 down to 190. And then here's your viewer ratio, which is still high, by the way. It is still holding up. As I said, if they can keep this over the Twitch average is about 24. At the lowest here, it's about 28. That is a positive thing. That means that there is potential. There is outsized potential versus the entire platform itself if you have a higher overall number. But it's certainly not the 80s that it was in the first beginning of August after they launched the DJ program. Music, we can kind of look on a longer time frame here at the overall music here. If we go to the last 365 days, you can see a very, very clear decline in... now, granted, some of that more recent one is because some of it went into the DJ category. But yeah, here's the number of streamers. Obviously, both of the lines are in decline. The blue line is peak viewership. The gray line is average. And yeah, it's just, this is how it kind of looks. Sports. I don't think that Twitch necessarily has the mechanisms to make this, to actually make it viable in that way in terms of bringing new people in. It takes a special kind of creator who wants to do it, who can do it a lot. And I don't think that you can pull from YouTubers. I don't think you can pull from TikTokers. I don't think you can pull from Instagrammers. It has to be somebody who is already... the only person who I think you could actually pull into this stuff is podcasters. This one is slightly on the increase. It does show a slight increase despite the fact that there's obviously higher highs here, but it does seem to show a slight increase. As well as the number of creators is slightly increasing. Podcasts, out of curiosity. Let's just see how that's looking. Yeah, so like peak viewership is trending down, and so is the average viewership. It was about 10,000 there. Now it's about 8,000. Somewhere in that region. Number of creators is trending upwards, but viewership ratio is going down. So things like the like leaning into the creator clubs has some level of potential in maintaining your currents, but it's very, very hard to actually, like, unless you are moving the needle for them financially in order to make it so that they can do more of this content and lean more into it, and see the success in terms of viewership, which if overall categories are getting smaller, that's hard to do. And I don't think that Twitch necessarily has the means to be able to ramp that up or ramp that down. I mean, you could throw people on the front page, but that's not exactly a sustainable growth path. You're effectively just might as well embed things on other platforms at that point. So it's the kind of thing of the only people who could potentially do it are people who are already podcasters, who already are used to talking at regular intervals for long periods of time. A podcast is typically an hour long. But YouTubers, as I said before, most YouTubers come to Twitch and they struggle on Twitch because it's a completely different content type. We were talking about this in the alt channel just the other day. Was it 2 days ago? Yesterday? Anyways, at some point I was streaming on the alt channel. It was on the weekend. And I said that YouTubers have the benefit and TikTokers have the benefit of editing. And so you sit there and you're like, all right, let's do this intro. Hey, everybody, we're doing this thing today on stream and it's going to be great and you're going to love it so much. Okay, now we've done that part and now we're going to go to the next section where I'm going to be saying this one. And today, guys, we're doing this and we're going to do that and this. Okay, and then we'll sit down and edit that one and then we do the next thing. So it's very, very hard for them to then come to Twitch, which is live, to then maintain a level of energy. So that's why I say that content creators on Twitch, live creators, completely different breed. A completely different skill set than what you have on TikTok and YouTube and so on. And it is underappreciated in terms of content creation because it is hard to maintain a level of engagement for long hours and also do so with energy, right? Like for me to sit here, and again, I'm going to pat myself on the back for a moment here, but for me to sit here, I used to only do this for like 45 minutes, half an hour, 30 minutes to 45 minutes. That was when I first started streaming, how long I streamed. And by the time that I was done with that, I was exhausted. I was done. I could not do it. I was like, okay, that was a lot. That was a lot. But you build up that energy over time. You grow over time. And now I can stream for 4 hours and feel okay. Any more than that, and I start to get a little bit loopy. But it is a different skill. It is a very, very different skill. And so, yeah, it's just not a thing where I think that Twitch can just be like, well, let's just recruit YouTubers. Let's just recruit Instagrammers. Let's just recruit traditional celebrities. Let's just recruit, like, it just doesn't, they're not going to end up working here because it is a different skill set. Hi, Taco. Some of the best just chatters and interactive streamers are the ones who are also gamers. Sure. Yeah. Hi, Chris. Jeff, welcome in. I only ever go to the front page is if I accidentally log myself out. That sounds about right. I've noticed a handful of YouTubers video essays popping in on Twitch. Yeah, again, some people are okay at it, but like not everybody. Most people aren't. And even the ones that do, they'll have like 2 or 3 million followers on YouTube. And then they come to Twitch and they'll have like 200 people who watch. And maybe they even initially start with like 5,000, but inevitably dwindles because it's just a different kind of energy. It's just a different kind of content. I've always wondered why there aren't more game shows and plays on Twitch. A very good question, Singletary. And I think the answer to that is the economics of it. I don't think that it's economically viable to try and operate a game show or a play on Twitch because A, costs money for production, but B, it's hard to get chat involved in it. It's very, very hard to mesh a actual group of game show players with chat. So if you're interacting, again, this is my problem with guest star as a core function of Twitch, is that if you are interacting with the people who are on your show, and I know I did this. I ran a guest show on this channel called Talking Points. You talk to the people who are in your ears that you're seeing on screen. You ignore chat. It's just how it functions. It's just how it goes. And so any kind of if you're going to do that kind of show, it probably has to be top creators whose chats are going to just sit through it anyways and chat will entertain itself, or has to be deeply integrated into the chat experience itself in terms of having actual integrations of votes and ways for the, like, Food Beast was a good example of being able to turn a chat into something that actually engaged in the content itself. The problem is the economics of putting on that kind of production didn't make a lot of sense. And so that's why Food Beast doesn't stream anymore. Here's the thing. Since DJs are now required to start paying for the license, I think we'll see people leave the platform. But I also think it's early, and there are those of us like us, myself included, who are very committed to staying on the platform. Absolutely, DJ Ballo. I think that having legal clarity and understanding that there will be costs to operate your stream will ultimately result in some people leaving. For people who stick around, I think that they will find ways to balance out their monetization so that not all of the money that they're making on stream is going to be subject to the long arm of the industry. And which isn't to say that they shouldn't get paid, but I think that people will just be like, yeah, well, you know, I don't necessarily want X percentage of my income going to the music industry. I'm okay with X percent of that money going to the industry, but ultimately I'd like to make money in other ways off platform that they don't necessarily get their hands on. I've always wondered, the part, no plan survives contact with chat. True. I've always said that we Twitch streamers are car salespeople. We're built different. Stand-up comedians, maybe. Like giving an actor a live stage talk show. Most of the time it doesn't work out. Yeah. I looked at the front page once. I actually don't think I've landed on Twitch originally through the front page. I clicked on a link on YouTube to a channel. I definitely did. In terms of how I got to Twitch. It was absolutely, the second time I came to Twitch. The first time I came to Twitch, I believe it was because of a Minecraft creator. I think it was Etho, but it could have been B00. The second time that I came to Twitch was because of MD14. You mean a live stream isn't a one-way medium? Does Dan Clancy know? Everybody watch after this stream? Yeah. How long ago was this? 4 years ago.
Pending. Still pending. All right. Actually, I have to make sure that you guys are in the right position so far. Dang it.
Welcome to the world of hosting a stream show.
Dang it. More into VTubing, that category has really popped off.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't consider myself like a full-time VTuber. I would consider myself a...
Show, I think it's a good show. It's only got 28 views in 4 years. That shows you Twitch's a VOD consumption. With tools like Twitch Chat to FR, and polls and predictions, I think you can build something interaction that needs some goals that I would watch the fuck out of a player game show with BBJS. Etho, that is a throwback. Yeah. This would have been so much better with guest star. I mean, it's literally a show that would have been perfect for guest star. It's literally just a guest star show. Like, this is literally what guest star could have been. 4 cameras. 5 cameras. You get an exclamation mark. I gave points to people based on what they're saying. This is a guest star show. It was too long, though. Trying to do a 2-hour interactive show like this, way too long. Way too fucking long. But yeah. Hi, Not Zembro. This would have been the part. Does Twitch count as view? Does Twitch count as view? It's my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I did a version of Twitch Traders, and it was pretty fun. Chat got to vote to help save contestants and stuff, and like that to make it interactive. It was a lot of work to the organizations, though, so I can see why it doesn't have it much. Yeah, so Yoga, that's what I mean, is that the economics of that don't make a lot of sense, in that you put a lot of effort into it. You have to get people involved in it. And then ultimately, the reality is if you just stream and you're talking to your chat, the economics start, again, talking about the money side of things, start to make more sense. It's like, hey, somebody's willing to subscribe when they can get a thank you from you. But if you're doing a show that you can't necessarily pay as much attention, maybe you don't. Unless you have the economic, the kind of economic hook-ins, bits and subs and whatever, hooked into the actual game show itself. And then I can see it being more economically viable. But it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. We did it for charity, though. Okay, there you go. There you go. That makes sense. That makes sense. Anyways, let's continue.
That's
time for a revival. Talking points with Zach Guest Star Edition. If Twitch wants to pay me to use Guest Star, I have a number. I don't think they would probably go, we can't afford that. And I'd go, I understand.
getepo.com/product school. One thing that I didn't hear you talk about,
but I'd use it. Everybody's a price, of course. Trying to organize a bunch of streamers to do stuff can be hard work. Yeah, 100% it can. Yep. Which, again, I understand the idea of drop-ins, but the reality is it's also just not really what people do for content. Hi, Demon Queen. How are you? Welcome in. My number is 5K a week. Not bad, DeLorean. Not bad.
Makes me curious is the connection to external devices such as a PlayStation or Xbox. There's a lot of the gaming that happens outside the traditional.
Sorry to anybody who streams on PlayStation and Xbox, but they should shut those down. I'm sorry to say. Again, I know some people started that way, even some people in this community, but I would say that we've moved beyond just like pointing a camera at your screen and then showing it on. Like it doesn't feel like good content. It's never going to be something like, oh yeah, I'm super interested in watching that. Like, it just feels like it's taking resources. I've personally not seen anybody with 100 viewers that is just streaming from an Xbox. What is my opinion of genomic prediction and embryo selection? Desmond, I am either for it or against it, depending on circumstances of which could go one way or the other. I don't know what the fuck that even is as a question. So
laptop.
That's the more honest answer.
How much of
sounds interesting though. Maybe back in the day, but haven't seen it these days. Yeah. So like again, I'm willing to agree that in the past, trying to enable people to create content from Xbox and PlayStation may have been like a nice gateway drug, but I don't necessarily know whether or not it still has value today. I think that generally, as the technology has been made easier, like I've seen more successful people pointing their iPhone camera at their screen and then having a second or having the camera like both live at the same time, and then like it's better production that way to do it. I again, nothing against those people, but I just don't think that it's inherently going to ever be necessarily good content. It just isn't. Yeah, I just think it's hard to cross over that threshold to get you to a point where people are going to give it a chance, basically.
Focus is there on also making it easier for those type of gamers to then share some of those experiences back
to Xander.
A social media network.
Yeah, it's still an important focus for us. We have applications on Xbox, we have applications on PlayStation, on many of the smart TVs, and we work very closely with the manufacturers of those devices to actually allow people to stream directly from them as well. So it is a big source of creators for us. Lots of people, the first time they go live, maybe from their PlayStation.
Yeah, so like this is the thing that I mean is that like, Yeah, I guess it's a start, but it feels like it shouldn't be an end. Like it should be maybe maybe it's like, hey, your first 50 hours of streaming on Xbox and PlayStation are free, but then after that, maybe you should fork over. Again, I'm thinking of a platform that is struggling for finances and trying to figure out, hey, how do we make this viable, and also focus the content on people who are taking a more active interest than people who just fired up their Xbox and then said, yeah, I'll go live on Twitch at the same time, because why not? It's just an extra button press. I don't know. Again, it doesn't cost them a ton, but it just feels like there's got to be something. It's got to have something. There has to be some barrier there that takes you to the next point. Zach is a Twitch plant. Every day I'm either accused of being a simp for Twitch or Twitch's biggest hater. Can't tell which one it is based on the day, though. Pete, 44 months. Dear God, that's so long.
Because they don't have a PC and an expensive setup and microphones and cameras, but they do have a PlayStation. Maybe they have a webcam, and for many people that was how they started on Twitch, as they went live from those devices. So we'll continue.
I'm curious. I just want to know how many people now, like, is the ROI of continuing to support those devices endlessly worth it for the number of people that became established creators from it? And if it's anything more than guest star, shut down guest star.
Be a focus for us.
Keep it and shut down guest star.
Making sure that experience is great and making sure that people can watch streams on those devices.
If there's 100 people who have become partners in the last year because of they started streaming on PlayStation or Xbox, then shut it, leave it up, shut down guest star.
But in general, like, there's not a lot more to be done there. Given that people can go live from the device, they can attach a webcam, they can stream, they can attach a microphone, and they can have a good experience. Hopefully they can build a community around those live streams, and then a lot of our other tools that we're building come into play. So it's the same, if you're creating live content, regardless of where you create it from, we want to make it very easy to create that derivative content and share it outwards. So
what happens if your 10K streaming rig is broken? Your 500 console might save the day. I'd say just use your phone. I think your phone is probably going to put out a better overall. Like, just talk into your iPhone as you record the screen, your big screen TV.
And another thing that I see a lot of opportunity on is mobile gaming. Well, with the launch of Apple Arcade and in general, the use of gaming on mobile devices, I still haven't seen an easy way for those type of gamers to live stream. Is that a thing that you think will happen in the future?
Yes, I think so. I think there's a couple of things that we'll continue to see that I think will continue to make live streaming of mobile games kind of more valuable. One is kind of the shift in the gaming market on mobile itself. So as I personally look at it, I play mobile games a lot as well. As I look at it over the last couple of years, well, not last couple of years, last 10 years, say, mobile games have gone from like really simple games that are primarily offline, that are monetized through ads, to more complex games that are offline, that monetize through kind of in-game mechanics, to now I think what we see is a lot more online multiplayer games that kind of like really have much longer engagement cycles where people play for multiple years. I'm thinking games like Clash Royale or Marvel Snap, or some of the COD Mobile and some of the Battleground Battle Royale games on mobile. Like, people play these for multiple years, and I think that shift is making
what about Star Trek Fleet Command?
More interesting to
Star
viewers.
Trek
on
Fleet
Twitch.
Command. That's where I put all my time and effort.
Some of it is these games.
I hate that game. I mean, I like it because I still play it, and I've limited myself to 1 hour per day. But goddamn,
games have larger audiences, and those audiences want to watch other creators.
How does someone working at a live stream company have such bad? I know, Maddie. I know. We pointed out at the beginning. It's odd that that he doesn't have a decent mic. Unfortunate.
creators play them, or they want to watch other people play them so they can learn to get better, or they just are interested in consuming the content. And then coming back to what I was saying earlier, particularly for these online multiplayer mobile games, they are replayable, they're repeatable. You can play, at Marvel Snap for 6 hours on live stream and every...
Okay, I want to point out something here. Marvel Snap is a fan-fucking-tastic mobile game. All right? It is fan-fucking-tastic. That's where it launched. There is no one streaming Marvel Snap from their phone. Okay, there's one person, there's two people, and they have collectively 0 viewers. So this is what I'm talking about. Marvel Snap is an incredible game, and everybody who's streaming it is playing it on PC. Let's take a look at different languages here. I like to pull up the Espanol as well, but let's go take a look. Let's go down, because it's possible in different languages that it's different. No, 3. And collectively, they have 1 viewer. Anybody else here? No. So, this is what I'm talking about in terms of, people who come to Twitch to stream on Twitch are not streaming mobile games. And Marvel Snap is an incredible fucking mobile game. Why would you want to spend more time on your phone? Tiny device with tiny screen and then tiny controls and tiny speakers. If you're streaming, surely you have a better tech available. No, I agree with that. I agree with that, Maddie. I agree with that. But isn't that kind of a prime example of, hey, maybe we don't have to necessarily lean into mobile as much? I mean, it's where viewers potentially are, but where in terms of the creator side, it's just, I'm going to start streaming COD mobile and you can't stop me. Let's take a look. Call of Duty mobile. Again, I don't know. I've never been here. All right. Wait. Oh yeah, this looks like some of it's mobile. Well, some of it looks like it's actually mobile. I actually think a lot of this is done on emulators because they all have cameras and stuff. So I'm going to say almost none of this is, well, maybe half of it is on. Yeah, a couple of these might be actually just streaming from a phone. That's definitely not. If you can run your VTuber model while also streaming from a phone, that's impressive. Yeah, this is definitely being streamed from a phone. I knock on his door. Sure that's what he wants. Anyways. I heard Diablo Mobile is where it's at. We all got phones. Yeah, we all got phones. I know a lot of people who have started streaming from their phone. Is it ideal? No, but it's good to have the option. No, so I agree with you. Illusion, I agree with you in the sense of being able to stream from your phone introduces a path to streaming that I think is better than Xbox and PlayStation, in that you do have some level of better interactivity with it, in terms of you can use things, you can use screen recorders, and you can use Stream Elements mobile app, and you can use there's a whole bunch of different streaming softwares that you can actually use on your phone that actually allow you to add some production to it, that actually give you some ability to actually have a chance standing out in a crowded field. So yeah, no, I agree. Mobile streaming, I think it makes sense to have that as an offering for sure, but I don't know that people are going to inherently then spend their time eventually creating content that way. And so this is kind of what I'm trying to get at, is that if you have a platform that is entirely based around desktop content creation, it's going to be particularly hard to ultimately try to create a mobile experience that serves that content, because desktop is widescreen and trying to read this on a mobile device, it's going to be smaller. It's just, there's some elements to this that I don't necessarily think that Twitch is. Again, there are a lot of people there, so I'm sure somebody's thought of it. But there's just a lot of things that feel like are being disconnected from the reality of who streams on Twitch. What kind of content is streamed on Twitch? What are Twitch's strengths? Been a long time since I played any games on my phone. It might just be a low bit rate. It might be. You might be right. A ton of viral streamers just use phones. Yeah, absolutely they do. Absolutely. But even in the case of people who stream on mobile phones, they still use third-party services. Like, I mean, Tcan does for sure. Mr. Keem, is he still alive? No, he's not still alive. But like, it's a thing of you use a phone on your hand, and like, there's just a lot of different involvement in it compared to, I was about to bring up TikTok. This is a mobile-only stream on TikTok done from their phone. Let's take a look. Yeah, so like this is something that obviously Sarah would be very familiar with because he streams this game as well. But this is kind of what I mean, is that like a mobile app like TikTok is going to lean more into this kind of streaming than Twitch does. Any monies though? 3 monies. 166 people watching, 3 monies. He can use a third-party service? Well, he doesn't. You understand what I mean. Hi, Joanne. I send screenshots of mobile streams, vertically watching streams, not horizontally watching. Are you taking questions at this point? No knocks. We don't take any knocks here. No knocks. I was stream playing COD mobile at the same time. My phone would likely burn up and drain the battery faster than I could say, Zach. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Anyways, we go back.
The game is going to be
It's
different.
really first party for him. That's fair. That is a fair thing to describe Singletary, yes.
Different because the aspect of playing against someone else brings in that level of unpredictability that kind of makes a live stream exciting. So I think the evolution of mobile games, we're getting to the point where they are games that people want to watch.
Yes.
So now it's like, what are the tools in order to help them stream? We do have products that allow you to kind of live stream directly from your phone, mobile games. But I think what we see for most successful creators is they're still streaming from a PC. They are just plugging their phones into the PC.
Okay. All right. All right. I stand down. I stand down.
And
do you want to see console streamers scroll down a bit? Oh no. It's just it looks the exact same as it has since when I started in 2018. Nothing has fucking changed. It looks the exact same with the box on the side. So many people. Oh man. Yep. Now serving air fried chicken. Delicious. You guys playing Fortnite. Alicia is my mummy 2080. Oh man.
Using that as a surface, using that as a content source in order to, elevate their stream and make it even better.
Yeah, I'm surprised we've been going deep into different parts of product strategy for over 20 minutes and still haven't mentioned the magic word AI. So I need to bring it up. How are you thinking about Gen AI? Is there any interesting use cases either for you as the platform as well as for the...
Xbox could work if there was a cat. Only if there were a way to search within a category via tags. Xbox streams could work if there was a cat. Kind of true. Kind of true.
Some of the content creators.
Yeah, I think for content creators, I'll start there. I think there are a bunch of different interesting use cases. But I think a lot of it is making it easier for them to create content, making it easier for them to kind of elevate their content. So I see, VTubing today is a great example. Like, that is not Gen AI, but I can easily see a bridge that says maybe in the future, you have generated AI models that are actually animated, through generated AI, Gen AI underneath them in order to actually look, feel, behave human. And I see a lot of startups who are focused on building products that kind of enable this kind of functionality, not necessarily for streaming, but just in general. Like, how do we have a generative AI avatar that speaks and acts and looks like a person? So,
oh dear. Ah, dear. Hi, Banny. How are you? If Guest Star was a way to uncover streams that featured a pet cam, viewership would skyrocket, and I'm not kidding, you might be right. Banny, thank you so much for the 55 stream streak. God damn. 55? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I think that's kind of one evolution of, like, I still always think there's going to be...
This is such an interesting question when they never have an answer for it in terms of things that they actually have control over.
$5 a month.
Oh, no. God damn it.
Meow, meow, meow. I am a cat.
When
Meow, meow, meow.
when Twitch themselves, like Dan Clancy does this too, when he talks about AI, saying that, oh yeah, we'll think that we'll see people use it for their own streams. I don't think necessarily why they should comment on that in terms of it suggests that they have a potential use case that they want to see, and I don't think that they do.
Meow, meow, meow.
I actually don't think that they necessarily know how AI is going to be used by creators. And so when they're asked, hey, what are you guys doing about AI? I don't think that, this is me just personally, I don't think there's a wrong answer here, but I don't think that they should answer that in terms of answering for creators. I think instead they should just be like, yeah, so what we're thinking about with AI is related to moderation, and just focus on that. Because all of like the like, well, we think that maybe there'll be AI VTubers that act human and blah, 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 blah. I just don't think that it adds value if it's not something that they're actually working on developing and doing. So that's just my personal take on communication from corporate executives when talking to the media. Stick to the wheelhouse of the things that you're actually doing, rather than trying to throw in a bunch of stuff of like what we might see people do, because you don't have control over that. And by implying that you are expecting that, suggests that you want that content created. Hi, Marcel. Hi, Kurt. Hi, Cerstus. Pet detection alerts. I want a Twitch AI on a teleprompter so I don't have to come up with answers to chat. Smart. Devin Ash showed a VTuber that was controlled by AI getting thousands of views. Oh, that video that we have to watch. I forgot about that. Damn it. This is 2024. Any business or tech interviewers will ask them about AI because they have to put those words in their articles. And Twitch can't just say, yeah, we're not doing it. No, but they can say we're not. They don't have to comment on things that they're not doing. They don't have to mention AI stuff for the sake of mentioning what creators are doing. I think that they can say, because he is going to talk here in a second about what they're doing with AI, which is going to be moderation based. And I would guess, maybe they're not, maybe they don't say it, but I would guess that they're probably doing something related to content recognition to see if they can find brands. And so the reference to that would be with Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew used AI or machine learning to try to detect when there was a Mountain Dew logo on screen, and then it would show up to the chat and give out or be like, hey, thanks for doing the Dew kind of stuff. I would think that Twitch would potentially lean into that for their own kind of marketing purposes of being like, yeah, we can offer you the ability, because again, live environment is very, very different than VOD-based content. We can offer the ability to match up direct marketing. If a brand is mentioned in a stream, we know about it, and if you're paying us to do active ad placement, hey, this person just mentioned Pepsi, and an ad is coming up in 30 seconds, we're going to make sure to run a Pepsi ad. Like that should be something that I think that they would be working on related to machine learning and AI to talk about how they're using it, how they're optimizing it, how they're thinking about it. Not, I think that the creators are going to generate AI avatars that are human-like. They don't have control over that. So it just seems like something out of their wheelhouse that they don't need to mention. It would be sick. AI ML application category for pets defined. I'm looking for streams with cats. That was so garbage. It was garbage. It was garbage. And so that's what I mean by not having something that interrupts chat, but actually goes, hey, this person is currently eating Chipotle on stream. Let's show a Chipotle ad in their next ad break. So that you can kind of double dip on the overall live impression of something and then capitalize on that with an ad that is targeted from it. AI chatters. I was doing a drone unboxing earlier, and someone got a drone ad straight after, coincidence, but I got them talking about, yeah, there you go. Just catting, just doggo, just ferrets, just burbs. You can't say that publicly. Creators would freak out. Would be great when I say Tim Hortons, they would drone deliver a donut to me. Well, this person mentioned Pepsi, play Coke jingle at MP3. You need to say that behind closed doors in the Amazon advertising brioche lounge. The brioche lounge. So you have a funny way of typing things. AI Twitch channels as a service. Yeah. I might pitch this to Dan. Do it.
A human somewhere. But I think it enables more people to stream because it's like, just like VTubing enabled more people to stream. Streaming is generally better when you're on camera. Because viewers can see your reaction, it feels more human, you can build more of a connection with that person. And the advent of VTubing kind of and digital avatars really kind of opened up the aperture of like who can feel comfortable streaming. Like they can still feel on camera through their avatar, even though they're personally not the person on screen. And I think taking that a layer back, I'm sure there are more people who aren't even comfortable with, it being their voice. So, that I think Gen AI just kind of helps open up the aperture there in terms of who can stream, and what does it mean to be a streamer and what does it mean to be creative on the platform? Because I think in a few years' time, we'll see some really interesting use cases come out of that.
Again, it's in terms of what Twitch is doing, all of that was just kind of, it's interesting, but it's all throwaway. They don't have any fucking idea.
For us as the platform,
did they ever anticipate that Zach Bussey was going to create AI John Delancey ads and jump scare Clancy and I'll fix it? Did they ever anticipate that? I don't think so.
I think we're looking at all the standard things. We're investing in all the standard places. I think, moderation is one.
I don't have that, Johan. I wish I did.
One area where I think generative AI is going to be a fantastic benefit
for
us, because, we have billions of chats sent and, an ever-evolving lexicon of words on Twitch. And I think generative AI can really kind of, improve our moderation models and improve our ability to tailor moderation on a per channel basis. And then I think we're also...
By the way, Benny, did I thank you for the resub? Thank you for the resub. You're a cat, meow. Yes.
So looking at like tools in which we can make creators' lives
You should invite John Delaney.
Easier. So going back to like, how do we make it easier for you to find exciting moments in your stream, to share them to a TikTok or a YouTube Shorts? I think AI could play a role in that. And are there other places in which we can kind of reduce the burden on streamers by giving them more tools which are powered by LLMs and generative AI?
I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about your product org. For a product that is a marketplace, how are you structuring your
Can't wait for the day John has Zach ads on the stream. Oh, I can't wait, Cult Leader.
team internally?
Yeah. I'll take one step back and say kind of how Twitch structures its organization from a product perspective is
I don't want to say it. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
We have three main product organizations. So one is our monetization org, who are responsible for all of the revenue generating products on the platform. Okay. So it's kind of ads, subscriptions, and bits.
Yeah.
And then we have another org which is responsible for all of the trust and safety and moderation tools on Twitch. So all of the ways in which we keep streamers safe,
Yep.
We keep bad content off of Twitch, and we give them tools to moderate their own communities. And then we have my organization, which is responsible for primarily growth.
Community product.
In my organization, I split our features up into 3.
Why did it sound so weird?
I would describe them
Why was it
three
so
major
paused?
areas. We have kind of the pure viewer-facing features. This is primarily discovery and how viewers find content. So this is kind of search and following and recommendations. But they're really features that are predominantly the only customer is viewers. Then on the other side, we have the purely creator-facing products and features.
Yeah, that's why.
This
That's
is
what it
things
was,
like the
Ulination.
Well, sometimes after a long day, even I need a little break.
Oh, God.
And look, we all need hobbies.
Sure.
Michelle has her gardening, and I have Call of Duty Mobile.
Okay.
Now, you might ask, Barack, why Call of Duty on your phone?
Great question.
Well, it's simple. It's portable. I can pick it up.
Yep. Take it anywhere we
Between
want.
meetings.
Yep.
And let's be real. Those thumb controls are oddly satisfying.
Why does he sound like a teapot?
As for Twitch, well,
Why is he doing
if
that?
The younger generation is out there streaming and gaming. Why not join them?
Why is it doing that? Shh. You didn't even type anything to make it do that. I'm very confused.
Dashboard and the analytics we provide them to
Thank you,
understand
Hype
how the
Trade.
stream is performing, or the streaming tools and the stream manager that help them manipulate and control their stream while they're live. Like, those are really purely creator-facing features. And then in the middle, we kind of have what we call interaction features, which is kind of any feature where basically it fits both sides of the marketplace and both customers.
Right.
And these are features that really are features that allow creators and viewers to interact with one another when they're live. So predominantly that's through chat on Twitch. And we built a bunch of different features around chat. But that team is really responsible for building out new features that either allow streamers to elicit engagement from viewers or allow viewers to get the attention of streamers.
So, and I see that starting this year, you went from VP of Product to VP of Product and Engineering. Would love for you to expand on that and tell me more about how engineering is part of your product.
Bridgeboy35 asked me,
Oh, no.
SpongeBob, could you please roast Twitch chat and then roast the streamer?
No,
oh,
not me.
boy. Twitch chat. You guys are like a bunch of distracted jellyfish trying to navigate through bikini bottom half of you can't even spell, and the other half are spamming emotes like it's some kind of underwater rave. I've seen more coherent conversations between Patrick and a rock. And as for the streamer, Zach Bussey looking like a wannabe Squidward trying to play a clarinet solo with a kazoo. Your commentary is about as exciting as watching Plankton's failed Krabby Patty schemes. Maybe you should take a break and let Gary handle the show. At least he has some charisma.
I'm currently running an organization that spans kind of product and engineering, as well as TPM and a couple of different other functions as well. So, we basically, we try and map very closely product, engineering, and design together at every layer of the organization. So design's not part of my specific org, but we have a central design organization that we work very closely with. But at every level, we try to say, okay, do we have a product manager, an engineering lead, an engineering manager, and a designer coupled together working as a team? And then as they ladder up, do we have a product director, a design director, an engineering director working as a team in one of these areas? And then as that ladders up, you get to my level, where I have a VP of engineering who I work very closely with, as well as a VP of design, and we work very closely together on the problems at our level. So at every level through the organization, we try to have kind of the three-legged stool in order to, to really have those functions.
What's a three-legged stool? For centuries, the three-legged stool has been a symbolic of stability. The simple stool brings balance to its user when the three legs remain strong, regardless of the conditions in which it is being used. Weaken or eliminate one leg and the stool fails, taking the user out of balance. Okay. as opposed to a one-legged stool. Well,
work tightly together, and then that ladders up through every layer of the organization.
God damn it. Corporations sound exhausting. Holy shit. The layers and the ladders. You're playing a game of literally snakes and ladders at that point, and half the people are snakes. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Well,
what the fuck was that? Speaking of snakes. Why was engineering added to your title? Yeah. The answer that I was going to go with before Squidward interrupted me, or SpongeBob interrupted me, was, oh, we laid off a bunch of people and so needed to take over some additional responsibilities. That's the answer why he got an additional title, I believe.
Yeah, and then that ladders up through every layer of the organization.
It's like, what were the 3 pillars of Twitch you were talking about before? The 3 pillars of Twitch? Oh, never mind. No.
Well, one of the things that I can imagine is the amount of different opinions that you are going to be getting as your team and your scope grows. So consensus is one of those, or politics, depending on how you want to call it. So how do you go about...
Cheesy Potato, who are you? Wait, Cheesy Potato, who are you? Wait a goddamn second. Love, fame, money is an internal thing that they talked about a lot. Interesting. But they stopped doing that at some point, you know? Huh. Who the fuck are you, Cheesy Potato? Now I'm curious. Now I don't even know what the fuck's going on here. All right.
Creating that type of alignment with your team and still being able to...
There's funny situations where you recognize a thing that is internal or something.
To move forward.
Yeah, so I see kind of the role of product managers as trying to build consensus around...
All right. I got one for you.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Chat who? Is there? Zach Bussey. Chat Zach Bussey. Who Zach Bussey is here to tell you how Guest Star is changing the game for streamers. And he's got analytics to prove it. Haha. But seriously, folks, if anyone's breaking it down, you know what, Zach?
Haha. That's so funny.
Bridge Boy 35 asked me,
oh, God damn it.
SpongeBob, hey, I said Zach Bussey looks like you do. You accept that? Could you also call out specific chatters? So Zach Bussey looking like me, Squidward tentacles. What a load of barnacles. Listen, if anyone's got the grace and charm of a world-class clarinet player, it's definitely not Zach. Now let's bring some folks from chat into this misery, cheesy, potat-battery. You couldn't organize a thought if your life depended on it. Yulin Nation, you're about as sharp as a bowling ball. And salty wyvern, stick to Candyland. It's more your speed. There, are you satisfied?
Why did he choose Candyland? Wait a second. All right.
On the right decisions, using inputs from peers, using inputs from data, from research, from their own product sense, and then trying to build consensus as quickly as possible.
Oh, they play Candyland at Twitch. I didn't see that.
I think that's always one of the difficult parts of the job, and it varies a lot from organization to organization, because I think in some companies, whatever the product manager says, everyone else does. And in other organizations, it's a lot more a set of diverse opinions. So I do feel that as being one of the biggest, I wouldn't call it bottlenecks, but I think it's one of the biggest areas of potential slowdown within a project. Is like, how do you build consensus quickly? The tool that I like the most...
Oh, God, please don't say guest star. Please don't say guest star. There's no chance that he says guest star. It wouldn't even make any sense. User voice?
That I think is one of the most effective tools is, in this particular case, is actually escalations. I'm a big fan of escalations. I'm definitely trying to build an organization where people don't feel bad about escalating, and it's part of the culture rather than it feeling like, you know, a dirty word. And we always try and do clean escalations.
I've never worked in a corporation in engineering. What the fuck does escalations mean in this sense? Does anybody know? I go to the mall when I feel like escalating. I always escalate. Like, I understand like escalations in terms of being like, hey, Uber Eats, my food was delivered, but the guy ate half of it. And like, oh, sorry, nothing I can do about that because it was delivered. Well, can you escalate it to the next person up? But like, how does it, is it just like a thing of being like, oh yeah, I think that this, like, doesn't that just create, I don't get it. High Scojo means going over someone's head. It's a dumb idea. Go up. Why escalate when it's a bottom level issue? Something needed a higher authority to weigh in on. So it's basically just being like, hey, we need to get the, I think this other person thinks this. We need to have the manager make a decision kind of thing.
We call co-escalations, which is like, oh, if there is a disagreement between two parties.
Oh.
You know, they write a short document together laying out the problem and the different sides of opinions, and they escalate it up to the next level.
Oh, okay. Literally the example that came to me. Cool. All right. Well, there you go. There we go. We've learned.
And then, maybe it gets to my level. I work with my peers across design and engineering to make a decision. And if we can't reach a decision, we go up to the next level.
Oh, dear God. No wonder guest star. Everybody. So here's how guest star got made. Well, hold on. Guest star, okay? It was originally Dan's idea. Dan and Emmett. And they passed it down to a team, and they escalated it to their manager, who said, this is a bad idea, or they actually had a different team who said this is a bad idea. And the manager said, well, I don't know. It's kind of Dan's idea, so we're going to escalate it to my manager. And that manager, the major manager, communicated with the other major managers, right? And they're like, yeah, I mean, I could kind of get it. But they're like, no, I don't really get it because I don't really have an opinion. So they escalate it to, now we're into tier, what are they called? There's like a level of that you move up to, tier 2, tier 3, whatever. So they put it up to them, and then they had a disagreement. They move it up to them. They had a disagreement. They move it up to them, and then it did a lateral thing here over to these people in comms for whatever reason, and then they're like, yeah, I don't know. Let's go up to Dan, and Dan was just like, well, you're all fired, so make it happen. So that's how it happened. That's how it happened.
And I think what's really important there is getting good at learning when you're in a productive conflict versus an unproductive conflict. Because a productive conflict is you're working through problems, you feel like you're actually moving forward.
Anybody who escalated the idea that guest star was bad, that's how they decided on layoffs. Clippy is always there for us.
And you probably are going to get to a good resolution. An unproductive conflict is like you're not actually moving forward. And if you spend weeks going back and forth with one another on an unproductive
The CEO of a company escalates things to you and says, get this done, you better ask when and not escalate it to your manager. Yeah, probably right.
You may still not reach a resolution. So I think a skill which
it's the only knock I'll allow on this stream. That's the only knock I'll allow on this stream.
Impart on people.
I haven't listened to a goddamn word he's been saying since escalations, by the way.
How do you recognize an unproductive conflict so that you can use a tool like escalation, maybe in different businesses is something else, to actually kind of break through that barrier as quickly as possible.
I like that. At the same time, I have PTSD, thinking about different scenarios in my own life where situations get escalated, and still there's no consensus among the executive team, and a decision has to be made, right? And I found myself calling those shots and trying to clarify the team that the fact that we're trying to build consensus doesn't mean that we need to lead by consensus. And I think that's an
Then there's me who pushed back on something my senior director suggested and I end up getting a promotion. Hell yeah, Sicarius.
important difference there. Ideal case scenario, yes, everybody feels good about something and goes for it, but also it's kind of suspicious, right? That a bunch of really, really smart people all think exactly the same way.
No, I agree with that. And I think obviously Amazon has a leadership principle. It's fairly famous around disagree and commit. I like a little twist on this one, which is disagree and champion, which is ultimately a decision will get made somewhere. And maybe it's, you know, at the executive level when the CEO says, like, this is the decision we're going to make.
Feels like sometimes I pre-watch this.
Like, ultimately at that point, it's everyone's job to get behind that decision.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
And actually champion it within the organization to ensure that we can have a success. And I agree, sometimes
we can ensure and have a success.
like sometimes you can get to a bunch of smart people who just disagree on things, but
Sure.
It's important to know when, you know, when to disagree and commit or disagree and champion, when to continue kind of pushing back. What are the strength in your convictions? What are your beliefs that are loosely held versus strongly held? And like really trying to define, you know, like in understanding yourself, really trying to define like how much am I going to fight for this particular decision, or am I going to put my best argument forward? And if my boss comes back and says, no, we're going a different direction, make sure I get behind that.
Jeremy, one of the things that I'm passionate about is learning, and I believe that learning never ends. So in your case, as I see
The boss decides something, everyone needs to get in line and ignore their own misgivings. Kind of, yeah.
your career, what are some of the ways that you love
Hi,
learning,
Lava.
and how do you manage to invest time in yourself?
Yeah, I'm definitely I definitely I don't have the patience for reading books around, you know, personal development and learning.
Okay.
It's just not something I've been particularly good at. Like I bought some of the books recommended by people. I can remember one time at Twitter, Jack Dorsey bought you know, a book for the entire company that he wanted us all to read. Like I read the first couple of chapters and then I just couldn't do it anymore. I'm definitely more of an on-the-job learner. I like learning through doing, which I think is one of the strongest ways to learn. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that.
Fair.
But then how do I make time to ensure that I am continuing?
Bridgeboy 35 asked me, Regina, what do you think of employees who escalate all their problems to their managers, also speak a little Spanish after you rant about employees? Oh my God, employees who escalate everything to their managers are like the absolute worst. It's like, sweetie, do you have no backbone, or are you just trying to get rid of all your responsibilities? Maybe if they spent half the energy they use on whining and actually solving their own issues, we wouldn't have to listen to their sub-stories all day. So pathetic. Y en serio, no pueden manejar nada por sí mismos.
It's a pretty good
Es como si
accent.
estuvieran buscándole problemas a todos los demás solo para evitar hacer su propio trabajo. Simplemente ridículo.
That's a pretty good accent. That's a pretty good accent.
To learn. For me, it primarily comes from like seeking diverse perspectives and making sure I spend time with those people and making sure I spend time with people that have...
See, that's the kind of stuff that I am excited, like legitimately excited for with development of AI voice stuff, is the ability to then take and like make content more accessible to more people. So like if I could do this stream talking in my natural voice, but then have a secondary audio track that's in Spanish and then one that's in Portuguese and then one that's in German, like I think that would be a really, really cool use case that ultimately opens up the same way that globalization has opened up world markets to overall improve everybody's general standard of living. It has gone up since globalization. has been more safe, and free trade has been more more universally available. Safe transit lanes, anyways. But yeah, for content purposes, like there's already some creators who do this in terms of they take their voice and then they either have somebody who dubs their voice, or they do speak in different languages or whatever. But yeah, to open this up, to make it so that like that's the kind of thing that I think that Twitch would be cool to, again, maybe they won't do it themselves, but to enable the technology for that to be possible. That's what I would say is something that they should be looking at, is to like, hey, how can we add multi-channel audio so that when the technology, it's not there yet, but when the technology is caught up to the point where people can put out their voice that then translates into other languages, they can send that out as well. Similar to what they do with two audio sources right now in terms of having audio that doesn't end up on your VOD, but is in the actual stream itself, being able to actually choose. And I think you can do this on YouTube, by the way. It's different for YouTube because it's obviously VOD-based content. It's a lot easier to do that kind of thing, to put a different audio track on. But being able to enable that through a live stream does seem like it would be something worthwhile to consider to level the playing field in terms of access to, if I want to do this stream and Spanish people who only speak Spanish want to listen in, perfect.
Opinions other than
simultaneous translation would be great. Yeah. Enhanced broadcasting for languages. Yeah. Since OBS has like 8 channels already, I would pay for it, assuming chat is also auto-translated. So here's the interesting thing. This actually has the function that if the first time you type in this chat is in a false language, is in non-English language. All other languages are false, by the way. Only English is the true language. But if you have an account that has, for the first time, typed in a different language other than English, it will automatically translate it to English. Like French. Yeah, exactly. French is a false language. 40K. Hi, Spirit. God damn it. This is Twitch chat? Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I don't know if anybody has an account that they've never typed in this chat before, but try typing something in Spanish or something. No, it has to be the first time you've typed in the chat that it does it. Il y a plusieurs faux amis sans français. Yeah, that's fair. Was für ein Bullenscheiße? Leaves in Polish. Zdrowie. Something like that. Yeah. Anyways, let's go back to this.
Mine, or doing roles different than mine.
Don't put the suck up his cat. The language you're speaking and not
mine, and really understanding and spending time with them and trying to, learn from them. I think that's always been one of the best opportunities to learn outside of just my day-to-day job. It's really like, someone over here is doing something interesting that I know nothing about.
Sure.
How can I go and spend time with them? How can I meet with them? How can I have coffee with them? To really understand, what are the problems that they're trying to solve in their part of the business. And hopefully learn from them and hopefully take some of that knowledge forward.
Do overall translations?
And, if I ever, if I encounter their work, I have a different perspective on it when I next see it.
Well, it's been a pleasure to learn from you in this case. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, it is just the first time. Here, actually, I can show it to you. Yeah, here. Translate first message of a user when necessary. Language to translate to, languages you're able to read. So if you can speak French, then you can add that to here. And this is what it looks like. So that's obviously typed. Can't read that. But then it's translated to, hello, everyone. It's kind of cool. Why does English have American flag? It's a good question because he is French. The lead developer is French. That feels like something that should be. He should put that as an English flag. You're right. Goes great on fries. God damn it! Okay, French is a false language. Yes, it is. That's Twitch chat. Twitch chat. Why does it have an American flag and not an Irish flag? Well, there we go. We watched. Key takeaways. Don't forget to hit that like button. This is so good. I've always wondered how Twitch views content being hosted across platforms like YouTube and TikTok. It seems they have a longer term focus on building of community. Also, Vine is such a throwback. It makes sense how the lessons from there apply so well here. Oof, no, it's not. Vine's dead. Vine died. Glad you enjoyed it. Well, there you go. All right, I'll give it a thumbs up. Hell yeah. Hi, Cypher. Cypher, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Kind of an interesting overall discussion. Yeah. I don't know that we necessarily learned, but it was an interesting kind of crossover in terms of hearing from Jeremy Forrester directly. All right, let me move on to this thing. Oh, right. No mention of guest star. Hey, congratulations. No guest star reference. That's huge. That actually is one of the hugest things to have occurred in any executive speaking. Dang. That's massive. Or was that too oblique? Pretty cool. He's going to get a talking to about that? True. Mobile app is why? Maybe. Did they mention Stream Together, guest star's new name? Yeah, I still call it guest star. I decided they're not tricking me with their marketing rebrand. It is still guest star. And they didn't mention Stream Together, no. Nor drop-ins, nothing like that. He's for the chop then. Oh no. All right. There's one other thing here that I want to do. This is a paid post. This content was paid for by Amazon Ads and created in collaboration with T-Brand, the content studio of the New York Times Advertising. The news and editorial staff of the New York Times had no role in this post creation. Which many times Jez is one of the good ones. I believe that. I actually believe that. Drop-ins are the worst idea. Cypher, you are in wonderful company for the most part.
Hype Train 83 asked me,
Oh, no.
What do you think of employees who disagrees on the ideas of their CEO also speak some German? Oh, wow. Employees disagreeing with their CEO's ideas, like how original it's not, like leaders need a bunch of yes men around them to get anything done. Maybe those employees should just start their own company if they're so brilliant. Denn offensichtlich denken sie, dass sie alles besser wissen.
Well, there you go.
Newsflash.
Nope.
Just because you have an opinion doesn't mean it's a good one.
Oh, shoot.
Ugh, so exhausting.
I love advertorials. When do we get a Stream Together advertorial on Today Off Stream? I think we have a couple of those. Anyways, how do live streamers help drive culture and brand forward? Streamers like Critical Role and Little C reveal how they built communities on Twitch and how brands can form authentic bonds with engaged audiences. Spoiler, it's going to be tough if they're not working directly with the creators. But let's see what they say.
About a decade ago, people started live streaming their hobbies on Twitch. And the people who were streaming were gamers. We're live. Now, with the advancements in technology, it's exploded into so much creativity from all over the world. Hello. If you
all kinds of people. Wait, hold on. There's a whole bunch of people that we just saw.
About a decade ago, people started live streaming their hobbies.
Trisha's a birdie, yeah. Savannah Lowe.
Twitch. And the people who are
Technique. That's not his name. Nice try, Amazon Ads. That's not his name.
We're gamers. We're live. Now, with the advancements in technology, it's exploded into so much creativity.
Ashley Roboto.
Hello. If you can imagine it, you can stream it. My name
The
is
evolution
Mary.
of live streaming. How Twitch connects brands with communities. Is Zach's OnlyFans channel named Toes on
I'm the head of community at Twitch, and I'm also a streamer. My role is to engage with streamers big and small and help them grow their community. I've always been an advocate of niche communities, and I think it's untapped when it comes to brands. The best creators have a genuine love for what they're doing, and they would probably all say to you, even if no one was watching, I would do this.
Well, yeah, for the most part. 58% feel that it is important to see real personalities of people represented in culture. Yep.
Core authenticity plays a massive role in why viewers feel so connected to creators and why they feel like they are a part of that community.
My name is Avery, but I go by Little Sia online, and I stream Just Dance on Twitch.
Hell yeah.
I've been streaming for 10 years almost.
That is a lie. So I have feels in terms of.
For me, it was my way of learning how to dance, but more and more people started watching. Within like 6 months, I was able to
$65,000 about the wanting to see the real personality. Oh, so yeah, I agree with you on that one.
support myself and go full time.
Lil Siha is an exemplary streamer. She really grew her following and community, so much so that Just Dance had her become an official dancer in their video game.
Thank you. Do you guys want to do another dance?
It was about time, by the way. They should have had her in that game for ages. If that was true, we wouldn't have the issues we do with parasocial relationships. That's fair, Cypher. Yep. I agree. I
engage with my community in a few different ways. It's mostly through the chat.
Wait, hold on. I want to see her setup here. One second. Go back.
Thank you. You guys want?
I engage with my community.
What's that icon? What is this icon? Wait. Half of these don't even... Wait, that's the Clip Champ badge. What is this one? Xerxes 2000 is not a Twitch ambassador. I'll tell you that right now.
Community in a few different.
Okay, so it's the IKEA LAC desk, or the LAC setup, whatever it's called. She's got two Elgato light. There's not Elgato. Logitech G lights. Logitech D. Are these Asus or Acer monitors? Got the old school Logitech speakers. I know they're not. Sorry, Cypher, you're right. I keep thinking that, but no, it's they're. I have some here even. Yeah, I got one right up there. The misaligned monitors are hurting me so much. Yeah, that's fair. Lytra, thank you. Cancel this man's sponsorship. I know, it's all over. And I sat in all kinds of... I've been sitting in all kinds of Logitech meetings for the last 2 days. Old admin badge and the global mod badge. Oh, interesting.
Different ways. It's mostly through the chat.
Give me like a horrible song to do.
Community support and sponsorship.
See, that's a real chat. Hi, Mom, we did it. You did it.
Is the main way I'm able to uphold my career.
When creators collaborate with brands through Twitch and Amazon ads, audiences are pretty receptive because they want to support the creator.
66% of viewers want to feel a greater sense of belonging and community. All right.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
There are definitely times where
Is admins? Okay.
I've turned down sponsorships just because I'm like, I don't think my community would like this. I don't think it's right for me.
It's not so much about reaching the biggest audience you can. It's about finding the audience that's perfect for your brand.
You know, that means something when you put your name behind a brand. Speaking from Critical Role's perspective, brands and sponsors feeds directly into supporting the show and the content that people want to watch.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons.
The idea was to take all of our home games of Dungeons & Dragons and...
Dang, speaking of setups, look at that one. All the monitors aligned. Yeah, all kinds of different...
A
Very
new
nice.
subscriber.
Alley Cat. Thank you very much for the Prime sub. 13 months. That's a baker's dozen a month. Thank you.
games of Dungeons & Dragons and bring it to Twitch.
Critical Role has exploded way beyond Twitch. They have television series, they have books, toys, video games.
My setup would give you that my monitors are not aligned. I mean, my monitors aren't actually aligned either. Mine look like, well, they kind of are. Mine is this. I have my main one, and then I have one that's here, and then I have this one here. So mine aren't super aligned either, but it works for me. You should, when you stream during TwitchCon. When was the last Logitech giveaway? Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I think we can do some giveaways during TwitchCon.
You name it. Our first
The portrait monitor, so it's so important. I cannot believe I didn't have it for a period of like 3 weeks. It ruined everything. It ruined my entire setup. I just bought the dumb Mega Samsung one on sale a few years ago. Now many gamers don't like being window mode on it. Many games don't like being window. Wait, you bought like the Samsung Odyssey? You bought this one? That one? Love my side portrait monitor? Hell yeah, Matrix. Yeah, that big one? Oh, God. There's another one that they had recently that's a vertical. That's even bigger than this. Have you seen that one? This one. The Arc. Look at this nonsense. Oops. Okay, well, I can't even see it at this point. Open a new tab. There you go. Look at that. It's a crazy monitor. Imagine Twitch chat on that monitor. How much was it? $300 discount. Oh, $4,000. That's Canadian though. That is Canadian. Trade in your old monitor, save $300. So that makes it $3,700. Yep. All right. Oh, I already watched that one. This is not what we're watching. The Arc is perfect second monitor. What a steal. We goofed off with the one at work. Like $50 real, and yeah, that sounds about right. It's bigger than my TV. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a TV, so my biggest monitor is literally 27 inches. My biggest screen in this house. No, that's not true. Spartacus has like a cheap 32-inch TV, but that's his. I don't watch that.
Initial thought was, I don't know if anyone is going to want to watch a 4-hour game.
Jumping onto Twitch and seeing that little viewer count climb.
Sparta's own TV, yeah. Yeah, it's just like it's like a $99 Roku TV that I put on this stuff. Cat TV birds. Yeah, this. Now he just sits there and he like rolls on his back and he'll just like touch at the screen and stuff. The other one that he likes is with the alien ships and like the little, where are they? Is it this one? It might, oh, no, this I recognize. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one. He loves this one. Wait for it. Wait. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. This. Loves this. And he'll like smack at the screen and try to get it. Do they have the one with the UFOs? But yeah. More entertaining than that Zach Bussey thing. Dog Bomb. Dog Bomb. Thank you very much for the 6-month tier 1 sub. Thank you. Thank you. God damn. Hi, Noah. Thank you very much, Dog Bomb. I appreciate it. That's far too kind of you. Thank you. Not this one. It's kind of like this, but not. Where's the aliens? Anyways, yeah. So sometimes I just leave the TV on. If I'm going to be gone for the day, I just leave the TV on for him, and then he gets some engagement from it. I know this video. Okay. Thank you again, Dog Bomb. That incredibly kind. Thank you. Flying Toaster from After Dark is a great screensaver for cats. Was that the single ladies dance? I did not notice.
Thousands. I was like, whoa, maybe we haven't been thinking about this right at all.
One of the best ways to make money on Twitch is simply going live and playing ads. Creators are
Oh God. Oh God. Oh man. You had me in the first half. Hi, Lemonaded.
always live, and they're live for long periods of time, and they need to take breaks.
I'm gonna go get some water, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
When they run ads, they're making money, and an audience is more receptive to that because of that transparency.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We love you very much.
Critical Role and Little Siha did things in their own way. They had very different paths, but they're both authentic, and they found that success on Twitch.
No one cast us. We are just a group of friends.
I think because I love it and because I'm passionate about it, that's what draws people to my stream.
All right. Well, hey, it's not for any of us. Keep in mind, this ad is not for any of us. This is literally for advertisers to be like, hey, advertisers, put some ads on Twitch. Side note, somewhat related, Twitch is also, we saw this ad on TikTok before, but they're now running this ad on YouTube. Twitch is.
Watching a Twitch live stream, is she? And all those comments and emotes are pouring in for an ad? For a hard-to-reach audience, it sure looks like they're being reached on Twitch.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it is Tim Downey, yeah. Which, I'm still so conflicted on that ad, because if you saw this on YouTube or TikTok, if you're an advertiser, wouldn't you go, oh, maybe I'll go advertise on Twitch. Wait a second. The ad on TikTok or YouTube just worked on me. I might as well advertise on YouTube or TikTok. 35. Did they say 35? I wasn't even paying attention. Every number is different.
For a hard-to-reach audience, it sure looks like they're being reached on Twitch.
Oh, 35 million daily. Oh boy, everything is different. 140, 105, 80, 35. Who the hell knows? Anyways, there you go. We've got a little report here. Wait, is there going to be more ads? Episode 2 coming soon? Okay, I'm going to bookmark this because maybe we'll come back to it. Oh, we read that. We did see this report. Yeah, we saw this report. Wait, did we? This one might be new. Canada. Well, anyways. Everyone gets different ads. How are their comment and emotes on them? Get your ad seen on Twitch unless the viewer has turbo. True. Jokes on them. I got turbo. Same cipher. An absolute necessity. I tried using guest star last night. No one even knew I was knocking. Yeah, that sounds about right, Will. Nothing like launching a feature that nobody wants and no way to turn off, and then you have the bad situation of knocking on people's doors and then them just ignoring you. Yep, terrible. Pull on Netflix and just say it's a lot of viewers. Yeah, that's the move. That is the move. Guys, I'm actually going to wrap things up there for today. I've been live for 3 hours. We did get through a bunch of the things that we wanted to get through today, so that's great. In the next stream, I know, Alley Cat, but you're a little late. This was a lot of fun. Thank you. Hey, Artyom, thanks so much for coming by. I appreciate it. In the next stream bracket S, the Twitch YouTube live stream wars are over. Nobody really won. Got to read that. Some big streamers are leaving YouTube for Twitch. Does data say that's the right move? Interesting. James Hale trying to redeem himself after that terrible article from last week. TwitchCon, this is the San Diego Business Journal, talks about their 5-year run in San Diego. 30,000 expected. They're going to be disappointed. They're going to be deeply disappointed with that actual number. Because right now, the number is looking like it might be 21 to 22K. So, a lot less than they expected. But we'll see how it goes. And then we also have to do r/Twitch, which we haven't done in a long ass time. And it looks like it's spicy. This is pathetic. PSA for viewers. Can we collectively talk about new streamers for a second? You can't even lurk? I'm intrigued by all of those. I'm bringing 30K stickers. Well, you're going to have to hand them out to residents. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for being here. I do appreciate it. To the folks on YouTube who came and chatted and hung out, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the average view duration of 22.
Here I am, a pillar of the community, and I love Frosted Bussies.
Brave adults know that Frosted Bussies are the best breakfast cereal.
I try not to, but I can't stop thinking about Frosted Bussies.
Those sweet, crispy Bussies with a splash of cold milk. What could an adult like better?
I'm not ashamed to admit I have Frosted Bussies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's no conspiracy.
Get your Frosted Bussies. They're okay.
How do I open the sidebar? The knocks aren't real. Don't answer the knocks.
Knocking on your door.
Right. That's right. Let's see here. We're going to raid Alpaca. Alpaca is currently live. We haven't raided them in ages. They're part of the Bussey bunch. What was that? Great for Halloween. Exactly, Darkshine. Exactly. But yeah, YouTube. Thanks so much, YouTube chat, for being here. I appreciate you guys. Have a fantastic day. I did not sign up for a horror movie. Well, Twillick, you didn't sign up, but it's what you got anyways. Thanks so much, Twillick, for keeping the for chatting with Growly Bear and all the other folks who are in the live stream chat on YouTube. Goodbye.